Welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes who could have been anything, decided to have fun instead. Welcome to episode 100!
Yeah! Woo, boys!
Welcome to the big time.
Fucking how good.
Yeah, we've made it.
100 episodes in. It's probably fair to say we've come a fair way since episode 1 or that fucking pilot episode or whatever it was, Jason.
Yeah, that
I still hate to this day.
I thought about it and I
But
was
the
like,
megastar wouldn't let us re-record it.
I haven't tried listening back to it since we first released it, and I think I'd be spewing on
It's
all fours
disgusting.
if I
But
did.
there's a reason why, and it's because you can listen to that now and you listen to the ones that have just gone and stuff. Sure, we're not perfect, but I mean, you can fucking see the
A
improvement.
lot of
Yeah,
improvement.
but
Yeah,
fuck, we were trying to draw cunts in.
Yeah.
that's why we had him. I'm no fucking podcasting expert, but I definitely have gotten better since that.
Yeah.
Well, you just
Shithole
feel
from
more
me.
comfortable.
You make
sitting
way
there.
more
Yeah.
shit up now, that's for sure.
That's right. I'm more comfortable with just lying.
You're the stats guy. But I think it's just like even where we are now, we've got the bar built, we've got our own set. And
Yeah,
we're
in our
soon
element.
to have our own place altogether. So
That's right.
Come along leaps and bounds. And the truth of the matter is, we wouldn't be able to do all this, have all the stuff that we've bought, if it wasn't for the people listening that have made all of this possible. Listening, buying merch, all of that shit, man. And yeah, fucking massive thank you to everyone who tunes in every week, because it wouldn't be possible without you.
That's
Yep.
right. Absolutely.
We'd still do it,
Yeah,
but
not all the cool shit
we
though.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have all this cool stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll start off today by just doing a bit of reminiscing on the previous 99, or what do you reckon?
Yeah.
good idea.
I just had a little thing about it at the start. About what the Reggies is about, sort of thing.
Yeah,
we
we'll
wanted
go
to-
back to episode 1.
Yeah, well, I was
This
just
is it.
It's a retake.
That's right. We wanted to
Remastered.
build something that celebrated the camaraderie and culture around sport, not just the sport itself, which is a hard fucking thing to paint a picture of. And like splitting the difference between Reggies and Rezzies, like between blokes who just drink piss and go out there just to walk around on the field and come
No
off.
good, yeah.
That's right. And splitting that difference down the middle to say, hey, we're all about having a good time, but it's not just useless fucks,
Yeah.
Reggies, And that took a while. It did take a while. But we did something, boys, early on, and we assembled one of the greatest lineups of Reggies,
One of the great teams.
the RRLC. Now,
Yeah.
this was a big feature at the start to really draw people into what we were talking about, and I think we've absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
100%.
So, what do you reckon? Should we go through?
We'll go through the team
Go
and
through
that,
the-
but
yeah.
what we've done is we wanted to make like it is a rugby league based
Yeah.
team.
In terms of 1 to 17, yeah.
1 to 17 and an interchange and all that. But these, you'll know when we start saying these blokes, they had all the ability in the world, but they just let the Reggie creep in a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And,
it took over him a bit too much.
Yeah. We made a captain. We got a full management team too, with a CEO, coach, doctor, dietitian, all that. So we'll start with the management team, because it was pretty much first cab off the rank was the CEO.
Yeah,
we
someone
fucked
steered the
this
ship.
up. We fucked this up too, or we fucked something up.
We
One
fucked
of
the
the
coach.
positions.
Oh, we
yeah.
fucked the coach up. Yeah,
We amended it though.
but the CEO's Bob Hawke. That's just
There's just
if you're
plain-
a cricket fan, you fucking understand that. And if you know anything
Everyone
about
loves
politics
Hawke.
back in the day,
yeah.
He ran the country.
I wish the cunt was still alive and immortal and running the show still.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we went with Bob Hawke. He's run the country and he sculls piss at the SCG. Well, he used to
That
scull
says
piss
everything,
at the
yeah.
SCG
And tells
test.
mad jokes
Is
too.
he still alive? Is he?
Nah, he passed away.
He did, right.
Well,
'Cause he was still-
might still be alive, but Jay said he passed
Yeah,
away.
so he's probably.
No, I think
Give
he
the
is.
old universe.
And then the coach, we originally had Ricky Stewart,
Hmm.
which to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable. We didn't feel comfortable about it.
It was one that we went, are we sure on this? But we're like, why can't we think of anyone else?
Yeah.
And then this bloke who replaced him
And then we just got
fits
ripped.
perfectly.
Yeah, I got ripped fairly so too. And
Yeah.
it showed you the Reggie's involvement and how committed they were at the start.
Yeah.
They went, this isn't right, boys.
And that's continued.
yeah,
And we set a precedent by showing that if someone isn't performing their position or isn't right for their position, they're getting fucked off.
Yeah. This was an easy one because he hadn't actually come in yet.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It was a backflip.
But we went with Tommy Rodonigas. Great
Mate.
coach. Great coach.
And just someone with that cunt in
If
him.
he couldn't fire you up on a game day and a fucking piss session.
And when shit hits the fan, you got to dig deep.
Yeah,
He's the bloke you want to dig deep.
He's the
for.
man manager.
You'd run
of
through
the
a
Reggies.
fucking wall for him.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this one was probably one of the easiest decisions of all time, the manager.
Oh, mate.
Because the bloke manages now. Manages fighters and does it well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Big Georgie Rose.
That's right. Played NRL. You
Yep.
know, he held
They
his
had
own
to-
there.
Stories were
There's-
told around Manly.
That's right.
that,
Putting him in certain fast food establishments
They put
with his
pictures of
picture,
his
They
head
barred him.
saying, "Don't serve this man."
at the bakery.
Yeah,
He
They
loves
put his
dog's
head
eyes too
up,
much.
Do not serve
Yeah.
this man.
yeah. Which
It looks like he came in with a fake alias though, because
Yeah, he had a fake ID.
one
for
of the
sure.
best Reggie stats a man can get, I think.
Yeah.
As a professional sporting team, putting your thing at dog's eye
Did he-
establishments.
Was he there when they fucking won it in, was it 20?
Manly.
You think it'd be close?
2011, he would have been.
I mean, sniffing
surely.
around the outskirts.
He was
at least.
Manly, and then he went to Dragons afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sure, he would have been there for 2011, but
Anyway, we'll
I'm
keep
great at
moving
stats.
forward. I'm going to
We got
find
the
that out.
next
though.
up. We got the doctor, concussion manager, Stephen Dank. So obviously here we just want to get the job done by all means, necessary. Sorry. So Danky will get the job done. The boys will be up and about.
Yeah.
Well, there's no Asada in local league footy.
Or
No.
fantasy teams.
Yeah.
So,
The
right.
We're
RRLC.
laughing.
Stephen
Our
Dank,
competition.
he got the call up immediately, yeah.
so
He-
it battles the piss
Win at all
and
costs.
the food intake with performance enhancing drugs.
Yes.
So it battles
Pets.
it straight down the middle.
Yeah.
You know?
Cancels it out.
I rang Gal
Yeah.
and I said, mate, what's this bloke like? He said, yep, get him on.
Never felt better, boys, when he was the doctor.
Never felt better.
Recovered really quick somehow.
I used to play 80 in the middle in Origin.
Yeah.
So, look. But hey, I wasn't on anything. And don't take my premiership off me, he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Well, it's what he said.
That's what he said. Otherwise, I'll quit.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck he said.
I don't know what it was.
Dietitian, Daryl Broman,
Yeah.
the
Mate,
big man.
spinning snags and cooking onions on
Well,
the
that's
hot
right.
plate.
He knows his way around a barbecue.
You know that barbie that's at every footy club, local
Yeah.
club? It's just a big
Yeah.
long ass plate
Fuck
with a
yeah.
lid that you put on the back.
Yep.
And that's what he cooks on. For
If you
fucking
saw
everything.
Yeah. Fuck.
some little twig standing there, some tweaker spinning your snags,
No.
you go, no thanks. But the big man, you know he's going to put love into it.
You don't trust a skinny chef, mate.
That's right. He's going to put love into it. He's going to feed the boys
Yeah.
before and after and during the game.
See, that's what we're talking about. Balance. It's all about balance. You got
That's right.
Danky there working against Broman and you meet in the middle.
Yeah.
One snag, one needle.
That's right.
Georgie Rose came off the bench in the 2011 grand final.
Yes.
So he's won a premiership somehow.
How
That is
good
fucked.
is that?
That is fucked up.
Just unreal.
The we've got some water runners. We need blokes out there to run a bit of water
Yeah.
or whatever's in the bottles.
yeah.
Just runners.
We went with Ronnie Palmer. He's one of the most iconic runners of all time. And we went with Alfie Langer,
Oh.
who's stiff not to make the side. But when you see our halfback and 5'8", you'll understand why.
And he'll just be able to tell all the players every single play the whole time because he's out there as much as they are.
That's what he does now.
Yeah.
So that's right. And it's
14th
absolutely fine because it's either for the Broncos or it's for Queensland.
Doesn't affect me at all.
yeah, and the little fuckers on every bar afterwards fucking
Yeah,
singing songs.
6 more
and-
songs.
He was at me Bucks. He was at the fucking races.
Yeah, he was too.
He kept meeting him in the bloody
Loves a
pisser.
punt.
yeah.
The H2O purifier. This was we just made this position up.
For him.
Yeah.
Because he
Bobby
had to be in our
Boucher,
team.
Yeah, that's right.
And we know he can put a shot on. So.
Exactly.
Him and Danky probably working together to really purify
Well,
H2O.
Bobby's dumb as fuck. So
Well, you just tell him that the other team said his mum was a whore. And he'd just fucking take him out.
strappers. We got Reg Reagan, Rodney Rood,
Morale.
Morale.
Yeah, the thoughts behind that was you can do a day course and become a strapper, so
Yeah.
we can get whoever the fuck we want in
That's
that.
Morale
right.
in the sheds, on the bus trips.
Yeah.
Fucking tell me two better blokes.
Yeah. Every good footy club has got a canteen, does it not?
It
Yep.
does.
And there's
needs
usually, I don't know about anymore, but when I was going, there was usually a fucking bit of a hard ass on
Old
the
battler.
boss. You do this, you do that in there, ordering, just barking
Marching
orders
orders, yeah.
at whoever was fucking, whatever volunteer was listening.
That's right.
Well, we need fresh chips and fucking hot gravy.
That's right. They normally have real big arms, but not so much this ours. We've
No.
gone for Pauline Hanson as the canteen manager.
Well, mate, doesn't take any shit and knows the stuff around a deep fryer. Ran the
Yeah.
fish and chip shop for ages there.
That's right.
True.
Fucking, mate, What sort of? Won't take any shit from any drunken people.
Nah, and
Or away fans.
We've pretty much given her the managerial role, and she can employ whoever she wants in the canteen.
That's right.
We trust her. There's a
Exactly.
heap of trust here
Yeah.
at the Reggies. Head of security, we do have Mark Chopper Reed in there.
Yeah.
I could probably do the job now, but to save us some coin.
We're not light on cash at the moment,
Yeah.
though, so we'll keep him in.
And then we got Roy Nelson on the door as well with Big Chopper.
Well, it's
so-
just when Chopper needs an extra hand
Yeah.
for big events.
Well, Roy will fucking get on the two-way the door and say, Chopper, I need you down here, mate.
and look,
vice
you'll see
versa.
there's a couple of blokes in the side that'll be able to help the boys as well, but they're the
Yeah.
two running the show.
But they'll
most
be in
of
the
it.
bathroom.
yeah.
Just taking a big shit.
Righto, I think that was it for the management team. That's all I've got here anyway.
That's
so
it.
That was all we're getting. If I've missed anyone, let us know. We'll go to the starting side, boys.
Oh.
Number one, fullback of the team, Ben Cousins. Now, this bloke took it a bit too far, the Reggie thing. He really, really pushed the barrier and then broke straight through the cunt. But he's back now. He's back. He's working at footy clubs. He's not an ice addict anymore.
Thank God.
But some of his stories that, like, while he was still on it and didn't give a fuck about what his image looked like, that interview that he did or that special that he did back, probably it would have been 15 years ago, probably further now, was unreal how he just told it like it was of what he would do to his body. And if he didn't do that, if he didn't have those goals, because he said his goals at all the time would have finished his blocks of training and then just, his words, not mine, annihilate as many drugs as he possibly could. So
2-3 week blocks of fitness and that, and then he'd just be thinking about drugs and
the
piss
whole time of how he was going to destroy his body at the end of it. So if he didn't have that mindset, wouldn't have been as good as he was.
Mate, the whole reason, though, that is such a crazy story is because of how fucking good he was.
Mate.
If he was just an average dude or whatever who just was in and out and stuff and did that, you'd be like, fucking hell. But it's that crazy because of how fucking talented
Just
the man
For a
was.
few years
So
there,
talented.
he had the AFL on strings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the premiership, him and Juddy.
Yeah.
Fuck, they did well. Except Juddy chose moving back to Victoria and playing for the Blues.
Well, they both did.
Yeah.
Cousins went to Richmond.
That's right, but he chose a lot of drugs.
Juddy's straighty 180.
Yeah.
And fucking Cousins is the opposite. He's bent.
So that's a
Very.
Reggie.
That's Cousins. And then on the wing, look, this probably almost fits into your Resi category, but he played NRL, so
Played NRL for a
Scott
while
Minto
too.
And
gets
scored a
it.
great try
Look,
against Raiders.
For me,
The
I
only
think
one,
wingers
yeah.
should still have to look like Scott Minto. For some
Fair
reason,
enough,
for some
true.
reason, a big, massive front rower looking bloke on the wing still doesn't
look
sit
right.
right with me. I want a little twig fucking skinny fucker who
Minto's
just
big,
peels
man.
down the side.
Tall, yeah. Big now.
Yeah.
If
Anyway.
you like walked up the street and someone said,
Built
mate,
like a rake.
what's a winger?
He was.
You'd
Yeah.
just go, right here, Minto. And they'd go,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yep.
talking about.
On
Just
the other
fits.
wing, exactly what you're looking for, Tom. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
That The Last Dance Netflix documentary, unreal. How they just had to let him be him.
Yeah.
And they'd let him go to Vegas and they'd let him have these big blowout weekends just because if he didn't do that, his mind wouldn't be on the job
Yep.
the next week.
They knew what they were dealing
In
with.
the middle of playoffs and that as well. But it
Yeah.
just worked.
But it
Go and do
worked.
that and then get fucking 30 rebounds.
You'd never
Yeah.
fucking get
Going
away with
over
that
to
these
visit
days.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
mates
just-
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Rooted Carmen Electra on a basketball court.
Yeah, and that's why he's here.
Man.
Calm.
That's
and,
right.
oi, we're talking about a footy side here. Tell someone who can jump, I think
Yeah.
he got all the rebounds
The
ever.
aerial advantage that
Oh,
he'd have.
Mate.
Yeah.
Just made sense.
Fucking get
Big
on
D-Rod.
Toto's wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stand on that little cunt. In the centres, we've got JB
Mooney. I think
Mooney.
it's Mooney pronounce it like
Mooney.
that. But look, this bloke
Unreal.
just sums up having the ability and toughness, but he smoked darts his whole fucking career. And watching a bit of a doco on YouTube on him, his training was balancing on a medicine ball in his shed for like an hour, just balanced on it, just to
Wow.
get his core balance and shit, and just did his thing, didn't give a fuck what other people were doing training-wise, just riding balls, doing his medicine ball thing, smoking darts, drinking piss and being a tough cunt.
How
That's unreal.
What a life.
Mate, he Yeah, he is just defines toughness
Reggie.
and
Trooper.
Reggie. That's right.
And now this one. We've got a bit of... We don't feel right about this.
Nah,
Especially today, we had a bit of a look at it and went, ooh.
We've put the honey badger, Nick Cummins, in there. Just because of some of the lip that he used to
great
throw
charisma
back
about
when
him.
he was playing for the Western Force.
yeah.
But he is as A-grade as it comes now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that this is, it's not locked in, cemented, getting chipped into stone yet.
No.
It's just one of those things where obviously his chat game brought a lot when he was playing footy, but now it's sort of like he's still got a six-pack. I haven't heard any fresh stuff from him, so he's teetering. I think if he's got a six-pack next year, he's out.
Yeah.
Unless he just starts doing some other shit. He's still fucking entertaining.
Look,
and
we've
would be a
dropped
good
people
bloke.
before. We dropped
Yeah,
our
Ricky.
head coach.
Yeah.
So you're definitely not set in stone in this team ever.
Right. The 5'8" and captain.
Oh,
this was
mate.
voted by all the Reggie listeners. The 5'8" and captain of this side is Shane Keith Warne.
That needs no
May he
introduction
rest in
and no
peace.
It just,
explanation.
this is the Reggies.
Oh,
This man is the fucking Reggies.
Yeah. He epitomizes.
He
He's just the whole club personified.
The fucking king, mate.
yeah.
King of spin and an absolute rock star and just known, made cricket cool.
Imagine being
Yeah.
a spinner in cricket and being a rock star because you are you.
You
That's
are
right.
the man.
You're the
How
fucking
did he do
man.
Oh, a
And
tubby little
and was
blonde bloke.
tubby, smoked darts, drank piss.
8 dogs' eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just love him. There's that. I just love
you
him.
know what? The fittest he ever was when he passed away.
And that's
The
what
best he ever looked.
you could say. The Reggie's gods were sort of looking down, going, "You're never meant to be this, Shane.
That's right.
Just stop.
Just
Shane, come up here to heaven, mate, Reggie heaven, and don't have to worry about your figure. We'll just give you beers and pies.
Mate,
back
that's
on the
one of
darts.
those ones where the bloke will touch on a bit later. Actually, 2 of them. Where the day they passed away, I couldn't remember the exact moment, the exact time, the
You knew
exact
where you
person
were,
who told
yeah.
me that moment in your life where
Yeah.
you go, holy
Sticks
fuck, are
with
you
ya.
kidding?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big Shane. There was just no other option. to
Shane
the
will be your
captain.
ball runner in the halves somehow.
Stir a bit of shit
Yeah.
while he's out there.
Yeah.
Plenty of lip.
Yeah. And then to steer the ship around at 7, the halfback, Andrew Johns.
Mate.
This bloke, again, in a rugby league term, he was rugby league and he
When you-
was
yeah.
Reggie's rugby league. Some of the fucking shit he says now, paying himself out, doesn't mind putting a bit of shit on himself about how he used to behave back in the day. And fuck, man, some of the stories about after Origins where him and bloody Kennedy, I think, what's his first name? Big bald cunt.
Martin Kennedy?
No. Whatever his name. I played second row for the Knights the whole career of John's pretty much. And played for New South Wales. They're on the piss for 2 days after Origin because they're going to get rested. Next thing, 5 blokes are out, so they've got to go and play on the Sunday. No training, been drunk, and win by 30. And just like stories like that. Are
Mate,
just,
I was playing golf with a bloke, and I'm not going to name him because it was
Ben
told,
Kennedy, that was who it
told
was.
in confidence sort of thing. But there was a bloke who I was playing golf with who used to play with him all the time for Newey, and he said quite regularly, Johnsy would just stay wherever they were away at, and his job was to make sure Johnsy didn't get killed or hurt or fucking made sure he come home. It was like his bodyguard, just because they didn't tell him to come. Johnsy was being Johnsy, and it was like, just you stay with him and make sure he gets back in one piece.
Make sure he puts his jersey on next week.
That's
we
a
need
true
him.
yarn. Like, just going, fuck. That's just that caliber of
Yeah.
that good. That Dennis
do what you
Rodman-
want.
Yeah.
because we know next week you'll win us the game.
Yeah.
It was fucking unreal. Eh?
It's
Yeah.
fucked.
When you look like mid 2000s in the AFL was Ben Cousins, the best and the biggest Reggie, and then mid 2000s rugby league was Joey. who
Yeah.
was the
Well, nah,
best.
he was 90, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, true, but it's still like came in mid 2000s. 2005 Origin, for example.
Well, that
and
was
he
his one of his last, though.
Yeah,
but
but
yeah.
he still was at peak of his powers.
Mate, if you want
Yeah.
to know what we're talking about, go watch that interview of him and his brother when Newey won the fucking grand final. Absolutely
better go.
off their lemon spread. See, Johnsy would have hated to play today.
Yeah.
He loved
He wouldn't have been as good.
He loved
No.
the game
He
for
would've
the
been
same
too
reason we
healthy.
love it. For the camaraderie around the boys and the
Yeah.
mateship and fucking getting on it. Like, that was
He
it.
just loved rugby league for its Regginess.
League.
Yeah.
Now, there's a number in the team the number 8 that we pretty well declared as the Reggie number.
Yeah,
It is.
If you're playing front row, you want the 8. You
Yeah.
don't want the 10, you want the 8.
That's right.
This bloke is like the centerpiece of the show pretty well.
Well, he's on our merch.
Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
on.
He's right here.
He is the merch.
Yeah.
He's not. Didn't get the captaincy.
No.
But you were never going away from the king.
No.
John Daly. John Patrick Daly. Now, just again, that's 3 in a row. 6, 7, and 8 is just so one majors. Two golf majors. It was so overweight. Drank like dozens of cans of Diet Coke a day. Durries. Fucking
He
just
was hitting the
Gambling
ball.
degenerate.
gambling degenerate. Just hated his body.
But had such pure skill about his game too. But he just went, everyone, the caddies, their job is to make sure they know the right distances and the read of the greens and that. His was just to get him beers and fucking cheeseburgers and make sure he had darts whenever he needed.
He just went out and played what he loved playing.
and
Golf.
he hasn't changed a bit.
No.
He
Are you
did what
seeing
every
it?
Reggie does on Sunday at a golf course, but just at the highest level.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was what everyone does on a Sunday, but he was one of the best
getting
in the
paid
world.
millions to do it.
And it's fucking beautiful to see.
How,
That's great.
Yeah, just so much natural ability.
And this is why it's so perfect that we can go through this now. And if you listen to this segment, you still don't know what a Reggie is.
you get it.
And you need
You're getting
some
it
help.
now.
Yeah.
At 9 now. Oh no, we did get him in there at lock. But at 9, we've gone for Mark Piggy Riddell just because.
Wow.
The
nickname fucking helps. Go
What was
over.
his name?
Go over. Fucking when he was kicking goals, he had a sump on him all the time. One of my favourite try celebrations to have ever happened when he scored a try, jumped the fence, sat down and clapped himself. That was
unreal.
the
Everyone
only thing
remembers
that could have topped that off if he grabbed a beer from the bloke next to him and had a sip. But that was brilliant.
That was fucking
And he
awesome.
happened to play hooker and fucking pretty good fit in the team.
Yeah, get him
Yeah,
in there.
had some great skill.
And then I think this was one of the first Reggies mentioned on the show. And he's made the wall behind us, chopping down a bit of
Big
timber.
Foss.
Yeah.
Big David Foster with the 10 on. Would be hard to stop from 5 out. Again, I'm pretty sure we worked out that he's Australia's most successful sportsman by
Stats.
stats.
Yeah.
Like as in number of world championships.
Not just Australia either, I think in the world.
He's won the world.
So many world championships for just swinging an axe at some wood.
Yeah.
Fuck, he is a big boy.
Fuck yeah, man. And he loved rocking a VB singlet. He
And
loved
had
his VBs.
one of the best counterweights that the world's
hanging
seen.
off the front of him, yeah.
And
Just
look,
a
he's got the
fucking
Australia singlet on.
Yeah.
You're you're the best in the world at what you do, and you look like that.
That's
Oi,
right.
And if the boys go on a camping trip, he's chopping the wood,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
that's perfect. Wonder what he's doing to help set up.
Put the chainsaw away.
yeah. Fuck
He
you.
is
We
a
got
chainsaw.
Foster.
This is quicker.
100%.
In the second row, this was perfect. We got Andrew Roy Simons, another one who's not with us anymore. Yeah, fucking Reggie.
Mate,
He
just-
asked for a pay cut so that he could go fishing more.
That's right. And
From
just the
Cricket
way,
Australia.
just the way he spoke, he used the word Joe all the time.
Yeah.
And just his stump mics when he did runouts and stuff like that. We got him, Joe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just how he was, he would be a bloke. I was lucky enough to meet him a couple of times, a young fella, and just shook his hand. And he never give off anything but he was when I bumped into him, he had footy shorts on with half a fishing shirt tucked in and a dirty old dad cap on. And I think he was on his way fishing through Miriamvale one day.
Yeah.
And he just reminds me of a bloke now, if he was still alive, that I would not feel uncomfortable talking to.
Yeah.
If you saw him at the pub, you'd fucking get
He's
him
a
a
proper
schooner
battler,
and
eh?
just talk a bit of shit with the bloke. And
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
made him so fucking
You've
special.
never heard someone say a bad word about him.
No.
Just a fucking legend. And just a true country Queensland battler as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it before, Gropes, the Howie Games. I really enjoyed his episode on there.
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
Roy's
it was good, eh?
Yeah.
And one moment from him and our star 5'8" captain when they didn't realise they were mic'd up.
Talking about Marnus.
Marnus Labuschagne, giving them the
yeah.
old hog pile.
The old hog pile.
That just shows like they are just two proper battlers.
Shut up.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they would have got on Roy and Marnus, unfortunately.
That's why Marnus isn't in the fucking team.
This one almost feels a bit uncomfortable for me too, just because I've met him and wasn't the best. At the other second row was Dave Taylor. Again, all the ability, played State of Origin.
mate, he
but
fits the mould, mate.
Fits the mould perfectly. Fuck, man.
I didn't know a man could look like that.
He looked
He
like...
got that big that his head looked like a fucking matchstick.
Can't you
and
talk
could
about
s-
counterweights? When he was playing for Capris, I thought he ate Dave Taylor.
Mate,
Who
that's
is this
the size
monster?
of this man, but the ability.
He's so
and like,
big.
man, I listened to, I think Andy Raymond had a show and got him on there, and it was interesting talking about it. This is purely like he was the Reggie that had all the ability that didn't care.
Yeah.
Like he was like, it was pretty much just the path that made the most sense to make money and do something with his life.
Yeah.
Or he
there was
would've
so
just-
much hype around him. 'cause
Yeah,
he was
and
so
he's just
big.
like, okay, well,
Mate,
I'll just do this.
120 kilos and that big. And when he was in shape, training and
dude.
playing footy, he was
Phenomenal.
just fucking mammoth. But like, there was one try he scored for Bunnies when he put in like a grubber into himself and he chased it and scored. Or the one off the kickoff, like he had such a turn of pace. People talk about Fafita and second rowers like that, or like
Yeah.
such a big body that moves
Similar.
so quick. He was the first of that. And he had all that talent and just went, I love beers and food way too much.
came
Some fucking
to-
great highlights too, though.
He was
He has one of the
working
best
here.
highlight reels of all time.
He was working here in town.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, this is years. Probably like 2018, 2019. And I saw him. It was a cheer. Don't know why I was out, but I think I was like changing over days or something.
You're going on the
Something was
same
going
path
on.
as him.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Being
a
a Reggie.
Tuesday or a Wednesday night, man. And we were at the
Reggie
fucking-
meets Reggie.
at the Rippers. And there's Big DT with his boss, whoever he was working, TAing for someone. And I'm like, are you going to work tomorrow? And his boss is just going, yep. Just following Dave around while he's fucking sculling Pierce and fucking getting into it. He had the longest, I reckon they must have been like 4 or 5 XL boardies because they nearly touched the floor, these cunts. They were that
Three
long.
quarters.
Mate. And just the size of him. I'm
Oh,
going,
mate.
fuck, you're a big cunt.
He
It
would need
reminds
some
you of
beers.
Andre the Giant, how like his hands make schooners look like pots.
Yeah. They actually
They do,
did.
cunt. I had a beer with him in Yeppoon. I was sitting
Pretty
down
sure
having a
he's
beer and a
still-
yarn with him. He's fucking sweet as.
Yeah.
But
Lives
yeah,
in
it's
Yeppoon.
just the perfect example of all the ability, but just doesn't have that drive to
Well,
want
we
to do it.
say that we're three blokes who could have been anything beside have fun instead, and he is the perfect example
He
of that.
actually could have been. Something.
Actually could have been probably one of the
Well, he
greatest
did
forwards
get there. He
of
got
all
to the
time.
highest level.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. He just thought, right, well, what now?
I've done my bit.
Pies and
Yeah.
beers.
Where's
And that's why he's in the second row of our
Yeah.
team.
And that lock, we've gone for the fucking little nuggety. Because if this guy didn't make the team, I was quitting. So
Yeah.
David Boone is the lock.
Yeah.
Still holds the record for the most beers drank on a flight from Sydney to London. I'm pretty sure they would have had to stop somewhere halfway, but 52 or 50-something beers
Yeah, I think you're right on 52,
from Sydney to London.
which is just insane
It's
because at that
astronomical.
like altitude as well.
When you think about
you
it
get
in
more drunk.
hours to beer ratio, it's not that bad, but it's 50 stuff.
Well,
52.
tell me a more like dedicated Reggie. You talk about people doing fight camps at altitude. Booney's putting down piss at altitude.
before the
to
Ashes.
You're going to an Ashes fucking
Yeah.
a massive series in England, and you just knock 50 odd cans over on the way there.
Just
A casual
light
50.
work. Like if there was like a short stopover, it would have probably been about 28 hours, 27 hours in
Something
total.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
And
like
he-
I said, it's the beer to fucking hours ratio isn't that bad.
Mate, if we tried to drink that many beers over a day long like Bender,
No.
yeah, it'd be
wouldn't
fucking
let
tough
us.
as
I
well.
get to the point where the beers for me, I love beers. But like after a fair few, I have to change to spirits or something just to give me that reboot of.
Well, yeah,
like,
you do. If you keep having these, you're just going to fucking explode.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
you also get real fucking tired, I reckon.
Yeah, you do.
Right,
That's where
that's
that's where
Benny.
Benny comes in.
Yeah, that's where Benny and the Harley comes in. Benny
Where's
comes in on-
Thankyou?
Benny comes in on his glass Harley.
Well, you got options there, but
yeah, a few options.
Yeah.
Johnsy put in his book.
Yeah.
Loved a bit of fucking round one.
Yeah.
I'm sure Dennis didn't go to Vegas for fuck all.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Righto, that's the 13. That's the starting 13. They're running on, and they are gonna need a spell and quick.
Fucking hell.
So, on the interchange bench, It doesn't feel right that he's got the 14 on his back, but I don't know who else to put in 14.
Well, we've got 3
Well, no,
front
we haven't
rowers.
put
They're
back
all
front
utilities.
rowers.
There's no utilities, so
no.
we've just gone for a what is he? Fucking
Well,
6 foot.
Well, a couple of the blokes from here, this is when you put the stink on. So if you see some bloke on the other team that's dominating our forwards, that's not copping any shit, we've got a couple of blokes here that'd sort him out pretty quick.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
starting with Tyson Fury.
One of the most Reggie rigs you've ever seen.
and could fight 20 rounds, I reckon.
Won a world title, decided I want to have fun now, blew out like a balloon
Addicted
on piss
himself to
and
drugs.
and just looked like an absolute mess, and then decided...
Still kind of does.
Yeah. And then decided...
Even at his best, yeah, he still looks sloppy.
And then decided, okay, well, I want to box again now.
I want to be world champion
and
again.
come back, beat Deontay Wilder twice. At the time,
three.
I think was undefeated.
Yeah.
Was
When we put him in
undefeated
there,
and
yeah.
knocking people out, and he comes back from that 2 years to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a tune-up fight before then. I can't fucking remember, but it was very early on from his comeback. If it wasn't the first fight,
Yeah.
So just going through that in his life and knowing that he loves it
But
now,
just
he's
looking how he looks and
Yeah.
being the best in the world at what you were doing.
fucking crazy.
Heavyweight, especially when you look at
The
his
rig.
opponents, when it's
The
like
pins.
Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and that, which is these massive shredded machines.
Yeah.
And he just gets out there with this sloppy Reggie rig
Yeah,
and just
he was
knocks
fat.
cunts
Fuck out
out.
Let's
of
be
him.
honest. He
Punch
was
his
fat.
fat. Yeah.
Lack of words, fat.
And just one of the best skilled big men that's ever lived.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
and that's not even a debate as far as skills goes and movement and that. He
Someone of
moves
his size, yeah.
fucking amazing.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, have
And
a go
then
on the other team.
Just in case he can't handle it, we've got Taitu Ivasa in the 15 jersey.
Yeah.
Again,
Knocks
look at
people
the
out
rig
and
on it.
drinks piss out of shoes.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
simple as that.
Mm.
In the 16 boys, just fuck, this cunt was a Reggie. Brendan Favola. His performance at the Brownlow Medal that year
That
was
interview.
just
Well,
hilarious.
it's pretty much his interview to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Went from Carlton up to Brisbane, kicked goals for fucking fun.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the last proper full forwards
Yeah,
of the game. You
the
know?
old one, G train and that.
Yeah,
like just
yeah,
being
yeah.
Bonked up the
sums.
front.
They
Yeah.
just sit up the front, let all the small forwards make some space for him so he can just
so he
plonk
could
there and
lead
kick
at the
goals.
ball and then kick snags.
Simple,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they used to fucking kick him back then. Not
That's
like
right.
now they just miss him.
Yep.
So-
we'll go around the body every time.
Yeah.
He could fucking kick a drop hunt.
And then this guy got in, one, because of his rig,
Well, you were going to quit. if he
and
did.
two, played the best 5 minutes of all time in 2008.
Well, that's right.
Jace is still pissed.
Yeah, that you can give credit where credit's due, because if you need someone off the bench to make that quick, fast impact, and you see
Yeah.
a bloke with that rig make that impact that he did in 2008
Again, he
grand
was fat.
final, he was fucking fat. And it's different when you look at like fat rugby league players. You go, yeah, we'll chuck him in the forward pack. It's pretty hard to be fat and move like that in the AFL. And he
a
came
good
on
call.
in 2008 and looked like he played
He
like
won-
he weighed
shot out
30
of a cannon.
kilos.
He won
shot out of a fucking cannon.
2
right.
premierships. He then went on to coach the Gold Coast. He's done everything. He got sacked from that, but that's all right. He's
Yeah.
fucking with us now. So Stewie Jew, he rounds off the 17. And then we've got a couple of reserves. I feel like this bloke could almost go to 14 if we had to, but you're not really dropping anyone off that bench. Maybe you get rid of Fev.
Well, you might rotate him.
Rotate him.
You know,
couple injuries.
Steve Irwin would be a great utility.
Yeah, yeah.
You can wrestle a crocodile. You can wrestle any cunt
Love
on the
his
field.
footy.
Yep.
Only issue, doesn't drink piss, but would have more energy than anyone.
But just
Yeah.
just what he did and didn't give a fuck
Yeah.
about what any other person said or thought of him.
Yeah.
He just did what he wanted to do. He wrestled fucking crocodiles.
He was a Reggie for sure.
He was a fucking Reggie, mate. He loved it.
You can't tell
Absolutely loved
me
it.
anyone in that club wouldn't just love to be in his presence and the morale
Yeah,
boost
yeah.
just by being around him. Like
He was the same as Shane
Australian
Warne, like we
icon.
were saying before. I remember being out the front of Central School when we were getting picked up in the courtyard area there
Yeah.
when I heard about Steve Irwin dying. They're the two people that I can just go bang.
Yeah, we'll
remember
sit
the
with you
exact
forever.
time.
He definitely left a legacy though. Good on him because
sure.
he's fucking. We got a day for him.
yeah.
You know.
Well, he's in the RRLC.
And his
Yeah,
kids
and
and
he's
that
in the
coming through
RRLC.
now too.
We'll see if we can get Bob on for a chat.
Robert.
Robert.
He's A grade, but yeah.
Bit A
Get
grade.
him on.
Yeah, very A grade.
Yeah. And then
that's
round it
it.
off, Grapes.
Oh, no. Fucking forgot about the darts player. We had to get a darts
Well,
player.
when you're in
there.
the pub and someone's calling someone out and you need someone to go represent
We're going to be in
boys.
the pub quite a lot.
Yeah. That's
Simon
right.
Whitlock, we got him because he's an Aussie. We could have picked any of those darts players, but
Yeah.
A couple of young ones coming through as well.
Exactly.
It's a fucking Reggies
especially.
sport.
if we had to sub out a darts player for another one, we'd probably look at Luke Littler or someone.
Yeah.
nowadays.
16, 17 years old.
Yeah, not
with
even old enough actually. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Can't have a beer yet.
No,
but,
Whitlock.
Yeah.
He looks like a
Look at
rake,
him.
but
Look
look
at
at him.
him.
Look at his beard.
Yeah.
Any darts player who's making money off darts,
Reggie Sports. One of the Reggie Sports there is.
just into it. And that's it. That's the fucking team.
I'm pumped. I had so much fun going through that then
Yeah.
after leaving it for a while.
Yeah.
And like I said, if that doesn't sum up exactly what this show is about, then nothing
That
else
was
will.
off the rip too. We don't have a script here saying why we picked them. Like that.
No, we have
just
a list of
comes
names.
to you.
We got
yeah.
a list of names.
That's it.
And that was it. Right. Now, I just want to go through some of the little highlights
Yeah. Yeah.
of or what I've sort of come up with. It's hard because you can't fucking remember. I'm not going to go listen to 99 episodes.
No.
But we've just gone through the RRLC, but then some other highlights from early on. Do you remember the bleed? Keto's bleed?
yeah.
yes.
Stopping
Where
the bleed.
he couldn't get a winner in the Old Boys, the original, the OG Old Boys segment.
It's like 10 weeks
10
straight.
weeks, he didn't get a winner.
Who was it? El Patroness? Is that who he kept
He
back
kept backing El
Even at
Patroness.
20s and 30s.
And 50s. He backed
Yeah,
in the
wow.
50s. And then he finally got a winner when we were on track at the Dooman Cup. He backed
That's right.
Wetor.
Yeah.
And we whipped it home and he stopped the bleed.
Yeah, fucking oath. That
it's-
was great.
It's open. The wound has opened up again recently, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Has.
Ollie Robinson and the English cricket team get a good run.
Oh, don't they?
I love the good banter we got with them.
You called out Ollie Robinson for a biff at
Yeah.
one point, didn't you?
Yeah, never heard anything.
Oh, well,
that's
you
right.
won't
Well,
now.
he fucking guarantee you he won't want to do it now. But he might need a new career because his bowling's not as
hope
good.
you don't punch like you bowl, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice and slow.
Chucking pies everywhere.
Slow and short.
Yeah, at your waist.
What about some of the old Reggie stories we used to get sent in?
Yeah,
Your
that
dad
was
sells
fucking-
Avon.
Oh, some of the sledges. Yeah, the sledges was another one. And
Yeah.
then the stories as well.
Yeah,
the
that's
Reggie
right.
stories.
There was some fucking good
The
ones. wasn't
sledging was good. That dried up a bit towards the end. So we had
Well,
to
it's one of
fucking-
those things when you rely on everyone every week to bring one in. It's like one of those things that if you have a good sledge, that's what the speak pipe can be for now.
Yeah.
You know, if you got one, send it in and we'll fucking get to it if it's a beauty. It's
Yeah.
just, if you're trying to make it a segment every week, you start forcing it.
Yeah, and then
You
we had
wanna
to
have
pick.
belters.
We'd get like 10
Yeah.
not that good ones and have to pick a not that goodie.
Yeah, that's right. But it was
So, yeah.
it's some great fucking yarns out of it though.
Yeah. Oh,
It just
for
couldn't
sure.
happen every single week and
Yeah.
make it good.
I remember someone's dad or granddad stole a train and fucking drove it to the cricket.
The canteen
Yes.
lady. Oh, mate, marrying the canteen
Married
lady.
the
That's
canteen
right.
That's a
lady.
fucking love story for the ages. That's beautiful. And it brings a tear to me. I got
That's the
goosebumps.
most Reggie marriage of all time.
fucking oath it is.
He's a smart fucking man
Free
too.
dog's eyes
Well,
after every game.
Fucking, I
chips.
don't reckon.
What?
Support the club.
Fuck
Pay
off.
you cunt.
You can run up a tab.
Luke Smith chipping us
Oh,
and fact checking
fuck,
constantly. That
Me
look,
especially to start.
yeah, but
Before we like mentioned it as well and it became a thing on the show, every single episode I say Luke Smith waiting for a reply. I'd go, "What did I fuck up this week?" Because he would be on you every time.
Yep.
Bloke knows his stuff though. We'll give
Knows
him
his
that.
stuff. Yeah, but he also can fucking Google before he writes in and tells us it's wrong.
True, but there'd always be a voice recording as well, and he'd be. Is he a truck driver?
Nah, he does a lot of driving. for
Driving
his
and just
job.
go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
and just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Jackson Rush, boys,
Yeah,
getting that tattoo on the calf.
so the
Iconic.
storyline behind that, we sort of decided what he
Sorry,
should get.
he got it after you.
yeah, he just,
right.
So,
I can't remember who it
but,
was.
like, we decided, he goes, what should I get? And we're like, Queensland. And then we get it.
Yeah.
So he's got it. And tell me I'm not a committed fucking Reggie. I went and got the exact same one in the exact same spot to be like, I'm with you, brother. You know, I'm committed to this show.
And
Tell
to
me-
that bloke,
won't do that.
to whoever was chipping him,
Yeah, reckons I've copied him.
reckons that he's copied you.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to get all of Tom's other tattoos too?
And I loved his reply. Was just, you must be new here, mate.
Yeah. You must be new here. That's fucking gold.
He took over the rugby league internet for a bit. Old Rushy did, mate. Fuck it. That photo was everywhere of his tattoo. I remember seeing.
Yeah. Old mates just chirped him off the whim. Just like, nah, mate.
No. You just get back in your box.
Old Tommy Nautical every week.
Tommy Nautical. That's recently, Tommy Nautical. Oh, what's today? Oh, it's only Monday night. It's all good. It's usually about this time I go, fuck! Barbs, boys, we better give him a little pat.
Give him a pat.
Give him a pat.
Give him a
Listen
little
to him whimpering over there.
Yeah.
It's been good to meet him, obviously. We got him on. He sort of talked to us about what it is like to be inside that industry, and now he gives us a fucking tip every week. Be handy if he stopped doing that.
Well, he makes up for his tips with his spiels.
Some of the spiels have been unreal.
Mate, he's a great fit as a Reggie in the show. He's a fucking...
He's been there from the start too. 'Cause the first weekend we did together as a show was Big Doomben.
Yeah, we went to Doomben,
and we met him there, and since then
he rocked up in a fucking salmon blazer.
He did. He was looking A grade, but the tits were still perking through.
The salmon blazer. It was funny.
And now he's our resident cattle dog.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Reggies schooner.
Oh,
Drinking from the cricket box. That was a bloke from fucking Tannum, actually, that obviously didn't start it. I'm sure it's been done several times. Yeah. But that was, someone sent it in to me. Kai Hull fucking plays AFL for the Saints and plays cricket for bits as well. And drinking from the box. Beautiful. What about coward caps? That's one of the good calls.
Mate, that's a fucking ripper name for a headgear.
Mate, I stuck with that because I wore headgear my whole life playing footy, and then a sledge used against me, I used against Darcy for the fight night.
Thank fuck he had that on, to be honest.
She's over and done with now. I'm not going to keep sledging, but why would you ever wear headgear?
See, I understand it more if someone's in the middle of the field and they're tackling their hole out. But if you're a winger wearing a headgear, fucking pull your head in.
You know who I understand wearing it? Fucking the props, the loose head and the tight head prop in Union.
Mate.
And the hooker.
Well, you don't want fucking cauliflower ears, do you?
Those scrums are fucking unreal to watch how skillful and strong those pricks have got to be. And they literally put their heads in this little gap and just push. So,
and I don't regret wearing it for the 16 years that I played footy because I had about 2 or 3 concussions, I think. Plenty of times I whacked my head, and I've never split my head playing footy once. So it obviously did something.
Looking at you, you'd think you fucking copped a few bashes.
Well, the only split I ever got was
the
only split I ever got was in me fucking under me sort of eyebrow, and that doesn't get covered by a coward cap. So.
No, that's right. There was still a lot of face here. I have quite a large head.
I just reckon if you're a winger, take it off, man.
Yeah, I played in the middle my whole life, so that was that.
Yeah. You love tennis?
Yeah, that was a bit of a blow up from me too, actually.
And Tom Papley.
I actually thought about
tennis and Tom.
Yeah.
The tennis, because the other night when I was in Melbourne, late at night, and my brother turned on the Wimbledon.
Oh yeah.
And I went, they're changing ends. I was like, because I asked, I wanted a simple answer, and everyone just jumped
blown
up.
Well, absolutely blown up because
indoor
he felt
doesn't fucking matter, does it?
That he didn't know they changed.
Yep. And then.
What about you cunts and coughing?
The great cough.
Fucking microphone.
Well, normally if there's only Jace who was coughing because he's a sickly ginger, you sort of get through it. But when 2 of us, like when I actually had a cough and then Jace was sickly gingering coughing.
Yeah.
Mate, I had a cough for like fucking 10 weeks straight.
Held on,
I don't know if you remember. I got sick and then I think I had COVID. And then it just lingered around for a while. I even went to the doctors and got antibiotics and shit to get rid of it. Nothing worked.
The lingering cough is a cunt.
Mate.
I'm surprised we're not all dead if you were in here with COVID.
Yeah, that's right. But it was fucking like, this wasn't even winter months either. Because it was February, March, I'm pretty sure. And it was
that doesn't
hot,
surprise me
and I was still crook. I just got a weak little ginger immune system.
One thing that's come up very recently, wingers. Wingers are an integral part of this show.
My Tom Papley was Tom's wingers.
Why? Yeah. And I just don't get it. That still happens every week.
Every week.
Every single week. They They backpedal on the side like this until the fucking draw and pass happens, and then they make the run for the winger, and it's too late.
Mate, the only reason some wingers look so good is because they're marked by wingers, and I'll die on that sword.
Yeah.
I just
They let each other look
there's
good.
a time and a place for wingers. You need wingers, but they're fucking wingers.
Just
They're like a drummer in a band.
Just on a little midget of a winger who I don't know how he's made a career out of this game. Why don't we target Brian To'o more in the air?
Because I think Stephen Crichton helps him out on the inside usually.
Oh, he
always has.
fucking would too.
Because when I thought the same thing coming into this Origin, I went Xavier Coates probably the best under the high ball, and is a fucking large emu. But then Brian To'o's tiny, and I was like,
Yeah, but
well, that just makes
obviously
sense.
They
runs
can
out.
help him out, but if you kick it perfectly, it's always one-on-one in the
Yeah.
air.
I just don't know why club sides for one, and then obviously Queensland don't fucking target it more, eh?
When you look at To'o, you go, he should not be as good at rugby league as he is.
No.
And then the meters he makes coming out of his own
Fuck,
end.
he's
That is obviously good
Hawks.
coming out of your own end, but I bet if he got 2 or 3 tries put on him from kicks, that's all anyone would be talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
They would
He
go,
lacks it in the air.
He made 200 metres this game.
Yeah,
Fuck
you don't
that.
even really
Someone's-
see people target it to try.
Yeah.
I know.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Have we just figured out something that somehow no one else figured out
Should
yet?
we give Billy a message?
I think,
Yeah, mate.
yeah,
Kick it up
you've
to
probably
him.
got his number.
Yeah. Oh.
Or he asked
I
for
think I got
yours.
him as just Bill.
He asked for yours.
Yeah.
Old Willie.
Good, mate.
That was it for my list. I don't know if he's had
I've got
any more.
the very first dog win that we had on the punch show. Mate,
Oh, stop it. And it's documented too. It's
Yeah.
just
how
one of the
fucking
greatest.
good was that? Pop the cherry, and we were just up and about, weren't
Fuck,
we?
that was good.
That just shows you punting and why
Yeah.
punting's good.
I think
Just prime.
that was prime the first one, but my favourite one was Blazing Will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit
The
of a
juju
story
on
behind.
that, the story
Just-
behind it.
and then how the race panned out.
Yeah.
Is he going backwards here?
And he went,
Go,
"No, no,
Wilma!
no." That is
Seas parted.
easily one of the favourite segments we have.
Oh, yeah, man.
That was a great
That
fucking
was
video.
brilliant.
That
I think for me, man, like we talked about earlier on, and the people getting behind us, like we have, the trips that we've been able to go as a show for work.
Yeah.
Because it literally was.
We were
work.
working, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we were
being
flat out.
able to say that is work and, you know, go as a company to do these things like Magic Round.
Bowen
and
Cup
the
last
Bowen
year.
Cup,
Bowen
the fucking
Cup.
Doomben, big Doomben.
Big.
Went to big.
Just some of those trips that you probably wouldn't justify
Magic Millions.
doing. Magic
Couple of
Millions.
times.
Buying a fucking racehorse.
That's
Yeah.
a great moment.
and selling it to our community that absolutely fucking drove it home.
We've had a lot of exciting things over the 100th episodes just happen in the last
yeah,
like 2
so
months.
yeah, we've got the community with the Reggies. We've got the RRLC. We've got the jersey.
Yeah,
we've
the
got,
jersey.
We've got the baggy reg.
We've got 2 editions of these shirts.
We've all won a fight actually in
Yeah.
front
Yes.
of 4,000 people. We own a horse, but I reckon you put all that over to the side. And the best part is just meeting all the Reggies and
Oh.
having the community. And mate, that fight weekend, going to the tavern that fucking morning before the fight,
Yeah.
and everyone had their jerseys and baggy Reggies on, and just putting some coin on the bar and going, get into that, fellas, and just having a punt with
Oh,
everyone.
it just makes you
was
proud.
unreal.
It just makes you proud. Like you said, Groats, that's the best part about all of us, is going through that team and everyone knows what we're about and stuff, and then having people just supporting the cause of what we're doing. You know, we're helping people get through the week by just fucking making them feel like they're sitting at a bar, drinking a schooner and talking shit.
That's right. When you look at it in a nutshell, we are literally just 3 blokes sitting here talking shit,
Yeah.
talking out of our arse.
shit that relates to
And
other
we
blokes
just-
who like
yeah.
talking shit.
But
Created
lots of
such a
people
good community
don't
from
get
it.
a lot of time to do that
No.
these days because
Yeah.
life fucking gets in the
And you
way.
can
so-
listen to this kind of stuff even while you're on the job.
Exactly, mate. I'm super proud of what we've created together
That-
and what
yeah.
that helped us create.
That's what I tell people, and they're like, "So, what do you talk about in the podcast and that?" And I'm like, "Imagine you sitting at the sports bar at your local pub with a few of your mates. What do you talk about?" And that's all we do.
Yeah.
And I
We
think
get to
what we
fucking put a
bring that
microphone
other
in front of us.
I think what we bring that other people don't. So there's a lot of other shows and great shows too. to do with sport and rugby league and stuff. And they're a lot of ex-players, so it's great that they can share their experiences and they can talk from a level that they've done before. But what they don't do is if a player has a fucking dog shit game, they won't say, how shit was this bloke on the
fence
weekend?
sitters.
They are. They sit on the
Too
fence.
respectful at times.
Well, they are. And like, I understand because they're mates with those lads. And we're not doing it because we hate that person. It's just... If you're sitting at a pub and old mate has a shit game, they go, how fucking shit was old mate? That's just how we talk. And I think that's what makes us different to the other shows is if we see something that's shit, we'll say it's shit.
Yeah.
If something annoys us, we'll fucking say it.
There is definitely some ex-players that will not fucking just refuse to say a bad thing against the player.
Refuse to say he played shit.
Then they don't... I think where they come from there is they don't want to be like the media where it's the opposite.
No, the
media just hammers everyone.
That's right. But what shits me is they can't just go, fuck, he played shit, man.
He could have been better.
But then he goes, I'm sure it'll be better next week. But, that annoys me a bit where I'm like, come on, bruh.
The media will hammer a player for their off-field actions or how they play on the field, but they won't hammer him saying they'd be a really boring bloke and doesn't belong in a certain city.
Yeah. There was a...
He must have fucking listened too because he's just signed with the Roosters.
Chad.
He'd already done that.
Yeah.
He had it. Yeah, it was
he listened and went, he's all right, I'm fucking back off the Bondi.
That onto that.
Bang on.
That onto that. I see Hello Sport and that put out this big thing of him. He's a big this guy, big that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep. We just spoke about the Chad moving to Sydney.
We should have fucking clipped it up.
Oh, mate,
we said,
they know.
don't
the boys
do
know. They know. We're onto you, mate. We're onto you, mate.
There was a former player the other day, and it made a lot of sense to me, and I really sat down and I had a good hard look at myself because it was Willie, Big Will.
Yeah.
And he said he can't stand when people in the media get on someone's back, get on a player's back and just hammer when they've never played the game. He's like, don't say anything negative. Just build the game up. That's what you're there to do. All this negative stuff. You shouldn't be allowed to fucking say anything because you haven't been out there and played Origins and done this and that. And I sat and thought and I went, he's fucking got us. I'm like, what am I going to say to that sort of thing? And I went, hold on a minute. I get it. If you're not there, you're the product. The only reason that the media that was it. The media people have jobs because you're playing footy. That's what he was getting at. The only reason you have a job is because of what we're doing out there.
Yeah.
And I sat and I thought and I went, fuck, he's got everyone. Not that we're in the media or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the game doesn't exist without the fans, mate.
Yeah, that's right. And we're the fans.
We're not paid journalists, are we?
There is no way the game exists without the most passionate fucking fans in the world, and that's what we are.
We're the Reggies.
I get so angry watching the footy because I fucking am so passionate and I love it so much.
We spend all week living for fucking 80 minutes of sport.
Exactly.
Mate, sport's nothing without bums on seats, and we're the fucking bums in those seats.
So I agreed with him, but I was also like, hang on, we're playing tug of war here. It's the fans that are making the game, in my opinion, because there's no money in the game if the fans aren't there. So you're not playing if the fans aren't there because you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
So
and if we didn't have fucking opinions and everyone agreed, there'd be one club and everyone would just go for them. Like, that's the whole point of sport and banter is having opinions.
But
I'm not trying to start an argument with Big Will, but
he has a great point
think
because some blokes like Bulldog Richie go out there and just spruik this absolute horse shit, but they're paid journalists.
Do you know how I was just saying before about how there's people, ex-players and that aren't... I fucking love Willie Mason and what he does because he's one of the cunts who just says exactly what he thinks, and I respect the fuck out of him.
He's similar to us in the sense of he does that, and he just says what he actually thinks. He doesn't give a fuck, and that's why everyone loves him and his platform.
So, but yeah, man, that's why there is different shows, and that's why I think ours has its own little fucking thing because we've got our little things from the degenerate Reggies in the bar talking shit. We're talking their language. Other players are talking players' language, and people are more passionate who don't drink piss and wake up fucked every Sunday. Like, and that's who we are.
We found our own little niche.
And then you got blokes who don't drink, have never played, don't even support a team, and
The absolute fence sitter of the highest order.
The ultimate fence sitter. And
that picket is so far
people
up
get
their
around
arse.
him. I don't get it. I don't get that. But anyway, we will move on. That was prime. Hang on. No, we won't.
Beautiful. I was just going to say, there's one way, after talking about the community we've created and all the stuff like that we should do to round off this little segment before we move on to our normal show. And I've got a few yarns here from the Speakpipe.
Yep.
So I think we should hear that, have a tin while we listen to them, or a beer.
Quinn, can I have a beer, please?
Cheers to the boys. Quinn, I can go get Jace a beer. Actually, Quinn, can I get another
I
one?
lined him up before the show and said, mate, is it all good if I ask you to grab me a beer? And he said, nah, fuck off.
Yeah, he
So I
said,
went,
fuck
"Oh,
off.
righto, all
Try
good."
me. You've got a steel chin. And that's another, actually, while he's getting a beer, that's another big thanks I want to give to fucking Quinn the Chin for being here from the start and making this all possible.
Yeah, fucking
and produced to the level it is. So good on you, Quinno.
We've had a lot of blokes come in and help out with the socials and editing and that, but Quinno has been the OG fucking man from the start.
Quinn and me are the only ones who've been here for all. Oh no, actually, you've had a fucking couple off too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only bloke who's been here for all 100, so you technically get to race.
Actually, this is the 100th.
Yeah.
But yours has got a few to go.
Yeah, get
That's
fucked.
right. I think I would have missed about like 3 or 4.
I had
That
a
was-
recording on him.
There is a
couple this year.
big segment at the end here too, boys. Probably should have told you before the show.
Oh,
but,
thanking everyone.
Thanking every
Oh,
cunt.
righto. That's too easy.
But Quinn,
Quinn can
deserves
get
his own
two.
special slot.
That's right.
Get him his own slot.
Yeah,
good
that
man,
in you.
Good on you, Quinno.
Speakpipes?
Yeah,
Go
let's
to the
hear from a few.
pipes.
Let's go.
Let's get on the pipes.
Let's get on the pipes with cousins.
Yeah, boys, Rocky Reg here. Here's a message for Tommy. Get that up, yeah, Tommy. Woo!
Oh, that was fucking.
Surely thought that was you.
Can that be the new stinger to the motorsport segment?
That has to be.
Oh, fuck off.
Nice and
That was gold. Have we got more? How many we got?
I think 4.
Righto.
Fucking Reggies. How are you, fellas? Just a fucking, for your 100th episode, fucking yarn. Fucking here's one for you.
Fucking.
Fucking down at the local fucking footy. Hard solo fucking just come out. I'm fucking going, I'll have a fucking buy a case, have a go at him at the footy. It went down like fucking smooth butter before fucking about 45 fucking minutes into the game, the whole 24 pack of hard solos. Fuck me, I was blind. Now, we're versing our fucking rivals, the Magpies. Fucking scum. Versing them. And I'm on the sideline. I'm just a fucking avid spectator here. Don't even play for them, just a spectator. Now, they fucking scored in our corner. We've got the Cambo corner, and they fucking chirping us. We're chirping them. And I fucking sent the can fucking flying at the cunt. Started an all-in fucking brawl. Fucking punch on with the managers. Fucking cunts get knocked out. I'm in a chokehold, cunt. Fucking ridiculous. But I've been banned for life. Now,
what?
That's a fucking clarion if I've ever fucking heard of one. Can't even go watch the local fucking team of footy when cunts bring knives and fucking shit to the game and tell cunts they're going to kill them. And I throw one measly can, start one tiny brawl, as a fucking Reggie would, and fucking get banned for life. Anyways, mate, congrats on your 100. Take it easy.
That was gold.
That's got to be one of the reggiest yarns ever said.
That
Mate.
was fucking
Fucking.
That was fucking good.
When he had a
Banned
pause
for
or something
life.
to say, just fucking.
Man, we had. I nearly had to join that Band for Life club once. At the Capras come to town to play, and my mate's parents had a business in town. It wasn't a corporate box, but it was like a box at Marley Brown, which is the
I know
local
the ones you're
fucking-
talking about,
The
yeah.
local fucking
The who's who in the zoo.
It's not really getting used that much anymore, but it's got the big grandstand and there's like these little corporate box things up the back.
The old Leagues Club and Dan Murphy's backing onto
Yeah,
it. It's
and
actually
it was all,
prime.
It's prime. It's unreal. But it was free fucking anything, right? It was free piss, anything.
Anything.
Reggie's
My
dream.
mate's parents were away, so like, here, Wilbur, you can have the tickets. There you go. I've just dropped his name. I was trying hard not to.
blazing.
He had 6 tickets. Righto, we're in. And the bloke I work with now, actually, was bringing up cartons of Bundy like every 10 minutes because we were just sneaking them down to all the boys in the fucking back row. And they just kept bringing them up. We're like, oh, we need another carton. There's only 6 of us in this box.
Yeah.
And it was every 10 minutes.
These blokes are
we
fish.
need another carton. We need another carton. And we got hammered. And me and fucking someone else went down into the front row of the grandstand, and there's like this little roof on top of the benches where the interchange benches sit. And
Don't tell
there's a
me
little
you did.
roof, and all you got to do is hop the rail onto this roof. And the Capras won. They beat Wynnum Seagulls this night. So we were chanting Wynnum, and the whole crowd was going, Wynnum, Wynnum. And we're on these benches, and it was like we were fucking rock stars, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking and laughing at us. And we're just throwing the shirts above there, just carrying on, starting all these chants. And we both got a letter from the current MP for the area. He wasn't at the time.
He was GRL president.
He was
at the time.
GRL Gladstone Rugby League president at the time. And he sent us an official letter in the mail that said, if you do that again, you will be banned for life.
That is
So,
a
hey,
fucking
hats
yarn,
off to
cunt.
him too, though, for
Yeah.
giving you a bit of a leash.
yeah.
Just saying, look, the boys will be boys.
Yeah.
They proper carried on. I've disciplined them. Leave
Yeah.
it with me.
He picked up the poly and said, "You want to smack?"
Yeah.
no,
Well,
he gave him a
no.
smack, but it was just a little smack.
He was mates with me old man.
Yeah.
And pretty much as we're getting
Keto
kicked
saves the day.
out, he was just like, for fucking hell, Keto, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
kick this out.
You know
That's
how
a
many
ripper
times
yarn.
I've been there on the beers and thought you could just easily stand on the top of the fucking
Yeah, you can.
benches there, and you've done it.
Honestly, that was one of the best nights I've ever had, like, in town here, because it was like 34-32 or something. Scored in the last couple of minutes in the corner to win the game, and the crowd, the grandstand was full.
Mate.
It was pretty cool.
Was HRT open then? Or was it
Yeah.
under repairs still?
Nah, it was. Oh, I can't remember.
In between Lee's Club and when it was Harvey Road, Tav.
There was,
There was
not much.
nothing
Yeah,
was in
yeah,
there.
yeah. I can't remember.
Do you agree with me here that for me, I just had a little think about it then, and all of my favourite footy fields, be suburban or in cities, and that there's a pig pen in the corner,
Yeah.
in a corner,
Yeah.
and that's where
Yeah.
you want to score.
You can
'cause it's
literally
fucking
see
just
nothing.
abuse, like
Yep.
the winger on that side, the touchies. The touchies just get abused. Like if they had any trauma, the touchies,
Yeah.
fuck me. It's coming all
Yeah.
back. They have a
Yep.
rough night's sleep. But that corner of these suburban grounds and that I'm talking about in country pubs, they've all got a corner named something, like after
Yeah.
someone. And Sunday Ave, local footy back in the day, fuck me. Blokes
Yeah.
were just in their element.
The thing is,
Man.
on the other end was backing onto Lee's Club in Harvey Road, so there was no crowd there. So you'd
Yeah.
be scoring in front of a couple of hedges.
No one,
But when
yeah.
you're in the other end,
Yeah.
and you knew they
But
were
even
stacked
like
with the other
for
team's
me,
fans.
the fucking Roosters thing, the bar is right on that sideline corner.
Yeah, that's
There.
right.
Down at Miriamvale, they've got the fucking corner where the pub is, right on a corner.
Yeah.
It's just the corner.
That
Like,
old
it's
pig
just
pen at Marley Brown used
Oh,
to
mate.
fucking get loose.
Brilliant.
I wish that, because I only have memories of that when we were kids.
Yeah,
you
me
know?
too.
And it sort of never really kicked off.
Sunk in
Because
how
all
good
the
it was.
footy was that good then because it had the extended league.
Oh, bro.
So,
and,
like-
and just so many. And I think back then, too, I keep forgetting about how work is now and how it's evolved with the even time rosters and working away and that becoming such a thing. But back then, it wasn't really that common. So everyone lived and worked
Yeah.
in the towns they were in and loved footy. That was their thing they did.
Yeah.
So it
Local
was so
footy-
fucking passionate.
especially for CQ, 20 odd years
I get
ago.
goosebumps thinking about being in the sheds with my
Yeah.
old man, like going to train, and after the games, everyone would go to the same pub. Like families would all go.
Yeah.
and it was such a tight knit group, and that's what I look forward to growing up. And it was just shit.
Yeah, it just turned to shit.
But that's where the memories all come from, and that's around the show, that feeling around sport and what it can do.
Mate, I remember running fucking T, watching you boys playing going into your senior years, and I thought it
Yeah,
was...
because you're a little bubba.
Yeah, I was literally 6 and 7 years old with Jai running the T for you
Yeah.
boys, and I was just thinking, that's going to be me one day, and that is the coolest fucking thing.
Mate,
I've ever
honestly,
seen.
that
Everyone at Marley
16s
Brown.
and 18s for Roosters as juniors, those couple of grand finals that we won, that's still the highlight of my whole footy fucking career.
That's
Just
where
that.
I learned the old, I wish all the ladies chance. I was 6 years
What
old.
are you talking
going,
about?
Yeah, what the fuck's that?
But man, I
You did
seriously
not?
just got goosebumps
Yeah, nah, just
talking
kidding.
about that whole thing, and that's why it's footy.
and then
so
it never
special to me.
happened.
No.
Like when we were adults.
Yeah,
Just
the whole
'cause-
Curtis Island thing, man, and it just. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's fucking.
is
That's
what it is.
that's the memories that I've got,
And now-
and it's fucking special.
I will never play another game.
Flick pass.
There was
Fuck
one game
that.
that I will play moving forward, and that's the Jed Farraway Memorial game. I went
Yeah.
down and watched that down at Miriamvale, and I thought I should be playing this. So I think that's one that I'll try and have a run
Yep.
moving forward every year. Just I don't know. I don't know where I'll play now. I don't know if I'd go good up front
fuck.
because fucking right.
Yeah.
Imagine if
that's
you're on the
true.
wing.
Fucking, I will
Sting.
refuse. You will never see me on the fucking wing. I'll sit out.
Would you play centre? Would you play centre?
I don't have the speed. Just put me in the middle and let me just.
Mate, you
axe
think
people.
Branko Lee had the speed
Just
to play
a small
centre either?
lock.
Yeah, just put
Yeah.
me in the guts. I'll just fucking spear
Right, let's
grass
hear
cunts.
that we've just
Yeah.
speaking about spearing, we've just speared off
Oh,
in
that
this
was
direction
beautiful.
here.
That's
That
one of my
was
favourite yarns.
fucking
Yeah.
glorious. Let's go again.
Reggie!
Sounds like
Lumber
Barbs.
again. Hope everyone's had a fucking awesome start to the week. She's a bit wet down my way here at the moment. Thank Christ I'm in the truck having a little bit of a spell. But anyway, I've got a question for Mr. Dahl, the Adelaide Crows fucking crower.
Yeah, mate.
Did you know all crows have a name and it's the same name? I'd
No.
like to know
Crow?
if you could tell me what name that is.
I don't know.
No, it's fucking Mark. Because I've never heard a crow say any other name other than Mark.
That is shit. Wow. That's fucking funny.
Wait, he's
dry
into you,
humour.
actually.
Why's that?
Curly's
Oh.
into you because you've called him old twice and he's 35.
Well, Curly's got the voice of a 65-year-old battle-wearied man.
Mate, I haven't seen his fucking face, so yeah, that's exactly right.
Curly's
If I say
voice,
old Curly, I'll say
If I had to
old
put-
Jimmy. He's 10 as well.
if I had to put Curly's voice onto a man, it'd be a bloke who's worked night shift for 20 years.
Yep.
And he'd look like Curly's voice. I love Curly's voice. It's one of the most
that's a Reggie
iconic
voice, yeah.
fucking...
Imagine him calling a race.
He's a 1% owner of Written
Good on
Tycoon
you,
Cup.
Curly.
Fucking oath, mate. On your
Bloody
curls.
oath.
Start calling you young curls.
It's good
Yeah.
being having curls a part of the show.
Yeah,
Fucking
fucking
oath.
oath. He, fucking oath. Don't know what I was going to say
Now
there.
we got one left, and it actually involves one Tom Barbary.
Does it?
This one in a very special way. So
no.
Our
have a-
cattle dog.
Yeah, have a
Oh,
have a listen.
who's fucked him?
Hey boys, it's a corn dog here.
Corn dog.
Just heading home now from a little friend's house, and this is a fucking good yarn because I was at the
He's come pissed.
Hammer with Barbs, and he gave me fucking shit for doing a half Windsor when I should have had a full Windsor. Anyway, he ripped my tie off me and retied my
formal
half
man
Windsor
or
for a full Windsor. And anyway, ended up busting up at Johnny Ringo's, and my full Windsor started a conversation with some fucking blonde bird. And anyway, I'm just leaving the workbench now to head home because Barbari's full Windsor just helped me towards a great evening of success. So, Barbs, good shit, brother.
Yes!
That is
Wow.
fucking gold. I was like, where is this going?
Mate,
Yeah.
how good is that? When I first listened to that, I had no idea what a fucking Windsor was. A full Windsor. I don't wear
tie.
ties. Like, so I figured that out, obviously, through the aunt. But the fact that Barb's has pulled him up, went, nah, son, this is how you tie a fucking tie.
A full Windsor.
Full Windsored him. And that's been the thing that's got the blonde bird into him. He had to obviously do a bit of work after. But what a pat for Barbary.
Conversation
That is a
started.
pat.
He's fucking got
That's that
one of the
Reggie
Reggies
intuition
of Root.
about him.
That is a pat.
That is one of the great
That's a big old
Yeah.
belly rub.
Good
It's
stuff.
just-
I'm going, fuck, is this cunt blind? Because I didn't know what was going on. And he was.
Well, that was fresh walking home, too.
Yeah.
From Pound Town.
He's
Yeah.
fucking thought, hey,
I wonder if he left,
resident
I wonder if he
Pound
left the Windsor on.
Well, I can guarantee you he will never wear a different type of tie.
hopefully he put something else on before he fucking got stuck into his work.
Tied something else up.
Tied it up afterwards and threw
So
it.
I just thought that was very fitting to fucking give old Barbs
Fuck
a pat on
yeah,
the
that
back
was
there.
prime.
Looking after the boys. On your Barbs.
Good on you, bub.
Without even realising.
Yep.
So
He
I
just
think,
knew.
that's it there for fucking a few of the speak pipes, but it just shows you the yarns in the community we got here.
Get onto that
Have a
speak
laugh.
pipe. That was fucking gold.
Boys, if you got any
wanna
random
do that
shit,
more.
give it a hit and we can play a few.
I
while we're
can't
having
get
a
over a fucking. Did you say a whole carton of those hard
Hard
solos in a
solos.
half?
Through a
Well,
can,
that'll make
started
you
an
throw
all
a
in.
can.
And then wonder why he threw one.
Yeah, the old Hans.
So, boys, if you got similar shit, give us a hit. And I don't think similar to the how we started that thing with the sprays and then sort of didn't have enough to keep it going. I think it's just be one of those things. If you hit us enough and we got a heap of beauties there, we'll start playing a few. But just see how we go.
Yep.
That was gold. Go see
Fucking-
Barbs for your fucking
For your tie.
half Windsor, full Windsors.
Yeah, go see Barbs if you want to root.
Of course, that cunt can tie a fucking full Windsor.
Yeah,
too.
that's not easy to do.
Righto. Let's get in
To the show.
the nuts and bolts of the episode.
Yeah.
We'll go the Origin sides because they have just come out.
Yep.
We've got New South Wales come out. This is a Monday night, by the way, when we're recording this.
It is.
Megastar's got commitments. So we've had to fucking record a night early.
Yeah.
But we'll go the Origin sides. Let's not get too hung up on them, but
Yeah,
we will, we'll
go
get
over
into the Origin next week because that'll be the day before the game.
Yeah.
Or it'll come out on the day of the game. So,
Yeah.
but we will talk about how much better one team is than the other, and then we'll talk about how that won't matter a fuck.
Yeah.
Because one side gets it and the other doesn't.
That's a beautiful recap, G1.
Perfect.
Do you want me to
Do we
just
even
go
need to
through
say
the-
anymore?
Do you want me to just go through the New South Wales team
Yeah,
first?
it is good.
So, on paper, brilliant.
It's the same side. Just
Yeah.
say it's the same
Yeah,
side.
it is. It's the exact same side, barring Mitch Barnett's been introduced to the
Yep.
bench,
Yep.
and Bradman Best is in massive out for New South Wales Latrell.
Yep.
I
I am honestly, without pumping Latrell up too much, because one player does not make that much difference on the field in the actual moments of the game. It's all the fucking build-up, man, and the hype around him.
Them knowing
and the
he's
whole,
in the team.
The whole team has this aura about him when he's
Yeah,
there.
they
Yeah,
all
the
lift. They
confidence.
want to play better.
Him being
having him
out
there.
is fucking beautiful as a Queensland
Yeah.
supporter, but at the same time, wanted him to play because I wanted to see the hurt on all 17 of their faces at Suncorp. Handy replacement.
Fuck yeah.
Having
That's all
Bradman
I'll
Best
say.
in there
Mate.
doesn't make me any more confident.
So obviously, I think it was either Best or Burton, and I think that's a smart choice. Just picking a centre, a
Yeah.
specialist centre. That's a fucking good centre.
Beast of a centre,
Yeah,
too.
man. I think and we've spoken before. If there's anyone who gets the Origin thing and gets hating us and stuff like that, it's Bradman Best.
Yeah.
Blokes like Best and Liam Martin for me
Yeah.
are two blokes that you could say those cunts fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That effort that he showed in game 3 in his debut last year. And
Yeah,
when we watched it, we all said he's going to wear that blue jersey for a long time, I reckon.
Well, yeah, if he
and he's
wasn't
got a
injured
lot
in
of
game
competition. He's been injured. And they've got so much depth in
Yep.
that centre position with blokes who don't even play centre. But like you said, he is an outright centre. So many times they've had fullbacks like Turbo and Latrell in there. They've got an outright centre. Newcastle, which is probably the heart of New South Wales rugby league, I'd say.
Yeah.
And he just
Working class
fucking-
area.
The working class league.
he
area.
gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it.
But yeah,
Great
pretty
selection.
much just a fucking rock solid team again.
Olakau'atu is probably a bit stiff.
Yeah, do you reckon that's warranted getting dropped?
Like, he didn't do fucking
didn't
anything.
have
And
to do
Barnett
anything,
has
though.
honestly been a freak.
I just think that Barnett makes more sense off the bench.
100%.
If Olakau'atu was, if it was a starting second rower, but having a second rower on the bench when you got blokes like Angus Crichton, Liam Martin, and Cameron Murray in the back row, Olakau'atu, where's he fit? He's not a front rower.
Yeah. And worst comes to worst, Isaiah Yeo can play second row. He used to for Penrith.
So I think that's a very smart choice, just how you use a bloke off the bench.
He was in the extended side for game 1, pretty unlucky not to get a start. And I reckon that it makes the side better.
Yeah.
I know that definitely does. And even Best coming in, a specialist centre on his side, that almost even makes it better. Like I know it's Latrell and he didn't really have to do too much in game 2. He manhandled Reece and scored a try or whatever. But it's more the pre-game for him. For him to be in there, it's the pre-game.
Mate, it's the
aura.
confidence of the whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Latrell out, Moses fucking not having a good time back in clubland since Origin 2.
No.
He's had 2, like he played okay, but he's been frustrated, can't get a win, fighting with Gutho.
Gutho's just whinging the
I'm
house
thinking,
down.
we might be on here.
Bit of turmoil.
No, well, mate, yeah. So, but anyway, to wrap it up, fucking rock solid team.
Great side.
Not much you can say about it to put shit on them at all, apart from them not getting it.
On the other hand,
On the other hand,
there's a few changes that you would make here.
So we'll go through this. We got Reece Walsh at fullback, Cobbo and Val Holmes on the wing. Dane Gagai gets
Gags.
Origin Gags is back in the centres with the hammer. We got Tommy Dearden and Cherry Evans in the halves. Ruben Cotter and Collins starting up front with Benny Hunt at hooker. Lindsay Collins, Kurt Capewell and Jeremiah Nane in the back row. Then we got Paddy Garrigan, Harry Grant, Mo Fodawaker, Felice Kafusi, and KP at 17.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
So he did enough. He probably did enough, didn't he?
Oh,
in
mate,
his return game?
I just think when they've got that sort of flair and firepower, you just need that person you can inject.
I think Ponga was always getting picked as long as he made it through that 80 minutes healthy.
Yeah, 100% he was.
And if the theory in game 1 worked with Cobbo off the bench and we handled our forwards good enough as well, I think it's a pretty smart choice.
Like he said on the punch show on Thursday, he can offer stuff in the middle as well. How many times do people bring on someone who can play in the back line as a pivot, a third pivot pretty much in lock?
Yeah.
Like if Carrigan needs a rest, he can come on and just be another ball player.
And if there's a bloke that isn't used to defending in the front line much, you want to put him right in the middle.
Yeah.
If you're going to put him somewhere,
That's right,
not
'cause he's got
isolate
that
him fucking
support.
out on an edge.
So it was good to see Reece find a bit of confidence against Penrith.
Yep,
absolutely.
Origin Gags, he'll just turn up. And he played prime for Newcastle.
Scored a double.
There's one thing that I know about Gags is he will leave absolutely nothing in the tank and he will die for the Queensland jersey.
Fucking oath he will.
The only thing that I sort of think about, and this might be controversial and other people might disagree, but I just feel like I would have more confidence in Selwyn defending at centre after his efforts lately in defence than Gags in the centres.
Selwyn against Penrith on the weekend was fucking unreal.
And that's what what fired me up a bit, thinking that Selwyn will go straight into centre. He's that big body and he's got plenty of aggression. And I just feel like Gags will absolutely rip in, but I just feel in defence that I'd rather have Gags on his wing, just doing his thing, sticking to the paint.
Yeah.
His best moments that I can remember in a Queensland jersey have been on the wing.
Yeah.
And it's a much more straightforward fucking role.
Yeah.
I think. I haven't played both positions, but I just mean that's the only thing that worries me is he's getting a bit long in the tooth. And I just feel like he'd be a bit more protected and have less to do at wing.
I thought the same. I thought that Cobbo would play centre, especially after Friday night when he just was all over Liam Martin.
I know,
He
mate.
was fucking all over him. Every time he tackled him, I went, that's good. That's good
It's
for Origin.
literally the second rower that they're
That's what I
going to
mean.
play.
Yeah. So I don't know, but
I kind of look at it from
I'm trusting Gags.
the opposite perspective of Gags is older now, so you kind of put him in centre to have a bit more protection. Cobbo has a better finishing ability and has been playing his best footy, is traditionally played wing. I think it more makes sense, in the way I look at it, it more makes sense for Cobbo to be in the wing than Gags. But if you switch it around, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. It's just Gags has played his last few years in centres. He's not as quick. He doesn't have that great finishing that he used to have. So you can chuck him in centres and then have Cobbo on the outside for that turn of pace and that finishing.
I just think turn of pace for me is more in defence when they're sliding. If Mitch Moses, who's fast as fuck, skips on the outside, I feel like Cobbo will close the difference, close the distance in defence a bit quicker than Gags, which won't draw the winger in to create an overlap. Like that's all I'm thinking.
I would agree.
Is Gags' speed has it lowered enough to cause a problem getting on the outside?
Cobbo off the mark is like a fucking sloth.
Yeah.
But
Once he hits pace, he's quick-ish, but
they'll both
the
do a
first
job.
10,
It's
he's fucking
just
slow,
for me personally, I would have swapped it. But I mean, there is not 1 ounce of me that's questioning Gags and how he's going to.
And I'm that fucking stoked that Cobbo is back because since game 1, he's been playing probably his best footy ever. You can see him just backing himself more on attack. And as he fills out more into his body, he's always had that comparison since he was younger that he's going to be the next GI, the next Latrell. And he's starting to show glimpses of that, like young Latrell at Roosters, I reckon.
in defence the other night, he was fucking unreal, man.
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
right.
I kept noticing. Was
The other, is him in defence.
Yeah.
And he was hungry. You could
Yeah.
tell he was keen and he was
Yeah.
putting shit into his tackles and getting off the line and sticking to it and stuff like that. So,
we
but
went
anyway,
with Cotter again to start.
Cotter up front.
We'll get to this game soon, but I watched this game on Saturday night, the Cowboys-Manly one, and they sort of put the camera onto the sideline as Cotter was handing his fucking interchange card over to come back on in the second half.
Yeah.
It was 18-6 to Manly at the time. And I went, oh, here comes Ruben. And then I found for the next half an hour, every time he got the ball, I just kept saying Ruben, and he scored. He was fucking unreal, man. He changed that whole game when he come back on.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is good.
But look at
Yeah.
it from that perspective. He changed the game when he comes on and he struggled. Wouldn't say completely struggled, but I feel like the bigger bodies in Origin so far in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I just feel
have
like I love
dominated
having
him,
him
so-
there, but I'd nearly put Mo Fodawaker up front to start and take the sting out of
Yeah,
both
that's
teams,
what I thought
and then
too.
Ruben comes on a bit later. But I mean,
Maybe they will.
yeah, who knows?
We've
but,
seen it millions of times. They've
Yeah.
changed in the last second.
Big talking point, boys. Can we talk about David Fafita for a second here?
Again?
Yep.
Yeah,
Righto.
I wanna.
We've said it
Now,
every time, and we can definitely talk
There's
about it
just a
again
little
because-
clip that I want to play here. It's Kieran Foran talking about him, obviously being at the Titans now and having a bit more of a closer relationship with him. Now, Isaac John, Ice, I believe it's from his show. It's on Sporting News Australia's Instagram as well as Ice's Instagram as well. So I've sent it to Quino just to have a bit of a play. And like Kieran Foran's a very fucking well-respected half that's done everything there is to do in the game, being a Kiwi.
100%.
So just have a bit of a listen.
A special player, Dave Fafita. Everyone knows it, and I guess we all talk about his size and speed and power and skill set that he possesses, but he truly is a freak athlete. I don't think I've ever played with a guy that is as big and powerful but can move as well as Dave can. If you watch him closely in games, even at training, you see it all the time, but his 0 to 10 metres is so quick, and the way he can move on his feet, it's... he can nearly move as well on his feet as, say, like a Jaden Campbell or AJ Brimson. It's just crazy, but a man of that size, nearly impossible one-on-one to stop. So I guess my role is, playing in the halves is just trying to isolate him one-on-one with defenders, because you're going to need 2 or 3 guys to stop him at all times. But close to the line, if he's one-on-one, he's scoring. Yeah, he loves his footy, though. He's really, really an excitable guy about his footy. He loves learning, applying himself as well as he can each and every day to get the best out of his footy career, and those are the sort of guys you want around your club.
So, like, going off the back of that, what I sort of want to bring up is that he might not have done a whole lot yet in Origin, but if you compare him to someone like Kurt Capewell, which I'm not shitting on, I rate him as a player.
Just shit on him.
Nah, I'm saying that Fafita being in that team, even if he doesn't do something crazy, when you're attacking the line, he is sucking in 2 or 3 blokes when he's steaming that unders line and creating space out the back. Kurt Capewell is not doing the same thing as that, because old mate can trust his half more to make the tackle.
Capewell's going to score now,
I fucking hope he does.
Yeah, that's the thing. The
trust
worst
me.
case happens here is that Capewell proves us wrong,
Trust
and
me,
that's awesome.
I hope I'm eating my words
Yeah.
and going Kurt Capewell for Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I just sort of go, I don't know how we can't find a fucking spot in the 17 for a bloke with that sort of ability.
But we won't ever know, because it's nothing to do with his ability. It's clearly nothing to do with his ability. Something's happened, and what he said before game one. He kept repeating himself on every show. Billy, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When he kept going on all the shows and goes, yeah, Dave set a really high standard for himself last year, and he just hasn't reached those standards.
Yeah, but just tell us more.
Yeah, but he's still above the standard of the other cunts you've picked.
He's also playing better footy this year than he probably ever has.
As soon as they can tell me what they are and I can start seeing them, or the whole of the country.
Because it's a lie.
I know. And that's what I'm digging out. I'm going, you're full of shit. What is...
Give me fucking answers,
Tell me the
Billy,
reason
mate.
why this fucking absolute specimen of a person who can come on and change the game like that.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's not just a matter
we
of
will
that
not know.
Fafita's not getting picked. It's that if you're talking about him setting a higher standard, he's not up to his level. It's like, so was Kurt Capewell up to the same level he was 3 years ago when he pulled on a maroon
that's
jersey?
what I'm saying is
Felice Kafusi? No.
the level that, let's say Fafita's level dropped from right up here just to down here. It's
still higher.
It's still higher than who we're picking. But yeah.
And if he's not good enough to be if you don't see him as an 80-minute player on an edge the whole game, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But explosive shit. Felice Kafusi, I fucking rate him as a player. I think he's rock solid in defence and been there and done it. But what does he offer that fit? Fafita, surely you could put him in the middle for a bit and go, fucking run, you big cunt.
If you look at the Blues 2 second rowers, when they've got Liam Martin and Angus Crichton who can rip a game open and are playing their best footy, Kurt Capewell's safe as houses, but he is not going to tear apart a game like David Fafita can on that edge.
Please, I can't wait to be proven wrong.
Here's what's going to happen.
I hope so.
You've
He'll
said-
be
Mate,
in my
I'll go
multi.
Capewell.
Capewell
Three
will
or
be in my
more.
multi.
Fafita is drawing in those players to create space out the back. Capewell's not going to do that.
That's a good call.
So they're going to hold off him.
Yep.
Hit him short.
Bang.
Try.
So put him
Please.
in. That's a fucking great. That's true though. It opens up for him more. But Anyway, I can't let it go. I need to know, Billy.
It hurts.
Tell me, Billy, and so
Poor
I
old-
can move on with me life.
Poor old Kurt.
I don't
Give me some fucking
understand.
answers.
Poor old Kurt copped the fucking blame for the 34-0 at half time. He didn't even get a minute.
Yeah. We didn't see anything in game 2 because he couldn't really do anything.
Hey,
but
like
fuck.
I said, when we're fucking running out there, man, I'm sure that Capewell will do his job. He's been there and done it before. And like I said, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying
Trying
that
to
I
work
think
out,
Fafita would do a better job. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and Billy's words don't add up because Capewell's struggling to even make a fucking New Zealand
They
team
don't.
at the moment.
They don't add up.
And Fafita's playing his best footy. So your reasoning for David, just tell us, Billy, did he try and fuck your missus? Like, seriously, why do you, we need answers.
Kafusi's got the 12 on. Is that right?
Kafusi is wearing 16.
Who's the other second row?
Jeremiah Nano.
Oh, yeah, we got Nane. So Sua's been dropped.
Which I don't think is fair. He had a couple shit errors in game 2, but
Him and
I'd still have him
Capewell
over
and
Capewell as
Kafusi are
well.
going to do a better job in defence, I reckon.
Well, because I just think you've got blokes on the team like Cotter, Collins, and Paddy. Blokes who just get through their work. They're rock solid.
Paddy was their best player.
You
in
just
game
know
two.
what
Yeah,
you're
for
going to
sure.
get. And then I think if you have Nane, who's got that flair and ability, if you add Fafita, there's your two fucking...
Yeah, for sure.
You have 3
anyway,
workhorses and 2 electric players on
Someone
the edge.
needs to fucking stop Angus Crichton
Fucking
That's right.
because he tore us to shreds.
That bloke has come out of his trip just red hot.
Yeah. And
Red
Liam
hot.
Martin fucking ripped us last game as well.
He ran a couple of nice lines, but every time Crichton got the footy, it was
Crichton's
like,
the informed second row of the season.
Yeah. So he did a couple of nice lines, and then he's come good, and now he's
I
running.
think he was on the mushroom pizzas,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty sure it was mushy
I don't know.
peaches. Peaches?
Anyway,
That's Origin.
one thing for sure is that I think we have definitely got an inferior side. They've got a superior side to us, just on talent. But the whole Queensland aura thing at Suncorp, I think, is going to get us
Do you
over
know
the
what?
line.
Do you know what, though?
And I can't
feel-
wait to go. We were the underdogs because I love being the underdogs. I don't
feel
like
at
being
home.
the favourites.
After talking like this and looking at the teams, I feel at home.
Yeah, but
this is
this
how
is-
I grew up while we were winning, but every year we were going to get smoked and they had the best fucking team. Rat. It was how we always remembered Origin being.
Yeah.
And I feel like I used to feel where we're going, it's all about the Blues.
Yep.
Look at the guns they got in their team. We're bickering like we are about selections and this and that. At the end of the day, they're going to put a maroon jersey on in front of a bunch of absolute fucking psychos that New South Wales with an extra 20 or 30,000 couldn't even fucking come close to, you shit cunts. And we're going to fucking feed it to you at the cauldron. The only cauldron. The only one.
There's no modern day one. This is the only one.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a cracking game. The Blues will 100% be up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I heard Joey say the other day, one of his shows he does, he said, you get 2 or 3 of these games in your whole life. Like your whole career, you get 2 or 3 of these games. Going to Brisbane for a Game 3 is one of those games. He said there's winning a Game 3 series, as a Blues fan this is, unreal. You can't beat it. The only thing that can beat it is going to Suncorp and winning Game 3.
Yeah.
He couldn't sit still and he had the goosebumps going and he couldn't fucking...
Oh, you can imagine.
This would be a 19-year monkey off their back as well. Like last time they did it, Joey came and won.
Mate, it's
them.
close to an
Suncorp.
impossible task.
Yeah.
If you go off history and stuff.
You can win games there, but Game 3 is like...
Since the 8-in-a-row
notoriously hard.
dynasty, like that's the
I'm
cauldron
getting
has
goosebumps
been,
now.
Yeah,
like
same.
imagine the roar of that crowd chanting Queenslander. Oh, fucking just buzzing.
It's
Like
something.
The boys
sounds-
won't let us down. They will not
that
let us
cheer
down.
will give you that extra 10%. If you're fucked hearing that and looking out into the crowd.
There's not a bloke in that 17 that won't want to take it up to an extra gear this game in front of the Queensland fans.
And the reason why the Queensland fans are so good is because instead of giving away tickets to sell out stadiums, if 20,000 cunts were crooked the night before, we'd fill it.
Yeah. We have opened up on Bluebet as favourites.
What?
Because of the cauldron.
Because of the cauldron. $1.85 though. $1.95 Blues.
Yeah, that's value.
Give one of the teams $2. Bluebet. Come on, boys.
come on,
I'd
boys.
happily give us twos.
Just give twos to someone.
Give us some twos.
Righto. Yeah, that's the Origin. We'll cover it a heap more next Tuesday.
Yep.
Obviously. Get into a bit. We'll just run through the games because
The Broncos suck.
we got no direction in attack. Great defensive game. That's coming up. Who cares? The Eels, big trouble at Parramatta. But
the matter?
I reckon it would have been a very frustrating game and scoreline to see because I watched it all and the scoreline ended up a bit of a blowout to Rabbits. But they made like 3 fucking try savers that you might get once every now and then.
Yeah.
3 in one game, and plus the Eels made errors. I'm like, fuck, man, the scoreline could have been reversed quite easily, eh?
Oh, yeah, I am loving that spine of Jack Whiten at 5'8", Cody Walker at half, and Latrell at the back. I think that is a rock solid 3 in your
Will
spine.
not be any longer for the season though. Latrell's out for the year.
Yeah.
The year?
Yeah, done the
I thought he was out for 4 weeks or something.
Didn't he do the Liz as well?
It was potentially the rest of the year, though. But Jason must know. So
I
Saw something.
Thought I read something.
no,
earlier
it was
that
definitely
like
4
weeks.
It was 4 weeks, and then it said potentially the
Yeah, I
the
saw
rest
potentially
Of the
Did
year.
we
season
see
of
what
the-
he actually did? Is it the old Liz
I thought it was
Frank
the old
I think it's
name?
the
Liz, but
Yeah.
It's the
I'll,
full woman's name
confirm.
injury.
yeah,
Lizzie Frank.
big Liz.
Big Liz.
But yeah, he's done it. He's out, not playing.
Was ruled out for at least a month, confirmed to miss State of Origin.
He was-
Potentially season ending. They haven't confirmed yet. So
Yeah, righto.
He was good.
if he's
But
out for the
I
year,
just-
that is fucking huge for
I
Bunnies.
just
'cause
mean
they're
for
building
Bunnies,
momentum.
you got fucking Waynell Hull coming back next year. Fuck me.
Losing Cookie.
He's going to make them all just come together again. You
Yeah,
got that spine
you'd
to work
hope.
with. It just falls on
Well, a lot of
Bennett's
blokes will
lap.
be fighting for their jersey
Fucking
for
hell.
next year. They're going, ooh.
Falls on his old lap.
Yeah, they put the disabled ramps in, as Curly told us, at
Yeah.
the Leagues Club. See, he was on it before any fucker.
Yeah.
That's right.
On your cows.
Yeah, so not good for Moses' confidence, which is excellent. But I honestly reckon that scoreline could have been flipped very easily just because of the amount of try savers, man. Sean Russell should get squeezed of the week, but he might get pipped.
The love muscle.
Fucking idiot. Raced in from the 20-metre line off the short dropout. Got there, and then instead of, he obviously didn't catch it because it didn't go the 10, but he's gone to get out of the way and it's just hit him on the foot before it even bounced and ended up going dead just about.
Yeah.
But it's touched him before it went 10. It was a penalty instead of a play the ball to the Eels, and I'm just going, fuck, why would you be a coach Why would you be a coach? The
Para,
Sharkies.
though, just quickly on Para, Jason Riles.
Yeah,
They got
appointed
confirmed
coach.
today,
Yeah.
so that's big. He's finally getting his first start as a head coach, and I think it's well
Good luck to
overdue.
you, Jason.
But I just
Sinking
think
ship.
that does make sense to me, though. Like, he's been in the system for a while. He seems like a bloke who's got no shit about him, and a bit
If
of
you
old
look-
school mixed with having
Yeah.
those assistants there to do the technical shit.
He's coached
talking
under
out of my
greatness
arse
as well.
there.
But like,
yeah.
if you look at taking over Para and you go, "Ooh, not an easy task," you've already got a pretty fucking solid lineup to work with there. Just like Wayne
Look
does
at
coming back
Serraldo
with.
and Flanagan, man. Like, it's not
Yeah.
like they're world beaters. Look at the dogs.
Benji has an impossible task with Tigers because he's got to rebuild a whole club and a culture. But you've kind of just got to. If Jason Riles can implement a good culture at Para, he's already got a pretty good like platform to work off with that spine.
Yeah.
and that
Get rid
forward
of
pack.
fucking. Tell Gutho to move on and put Blaze Lungy at
Or just
fullback.
take
Yeah,
his
put
mouth
Gutho on
up.
centers or something.
Yeah. Need Talangi to get the ball in his hand as much as you possibly
Yeah,
can.
you know what?
but
Don't worry about Jason Riles. Just get us three on there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll fix him.
Got a bit on.
The Sharkies. Fucking same thing as last year. Nico gets dropped
sorry,
after one
choking.
game and loses all confidence and performance. Just the poor cunt.
You feel bad for him, but
You're gonna have to get over
Sharkies are pretending, I reckon.
Yeah. They did the same thing last year. He just lost all his confidence.
Titans are playing good footy though too. They've got a couple wins under their belts.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking get finals footy, but you know, a couple good games to build the confidence. Still got a few blokes out for
Brisbane,
injury.
Penrith.
Look, can I just say, like, I know there's a bit of shit here because you guys go for Broncos, I'll go for Penrith, but that was it was fucking slippery conditions too, and the completion rate and the level of footy that they played at was fucking unreal. That was a really good game of footy.
Yeah. Some of the most solid contact and heavy hits of the season. Cannot fault the defensive efforts of Brisbane. But that doesn't get you wins.
No.
And
No.
we really needed a win there.
You
I
cunts
thought
are shit, but it was
Okay.
a good game.
Okay.
I would have come in and said the same thing if we'd won. Gone, oh yeah, it was a good game though. Good game. Fuck that.
Yeah, you can
We needed
say-
a win. We need a fucking halfback because we cannot attack, or a proper halfback anyway, because the attack is just not there. But the defense was outrageously good.
You
Where
can
was
say
that?
6-14, you know, that's not bad. Penrith for how we're going, but we haven't had a win since Magic Round, man. We need to get some wins on the board.
We're gone.
And find our feet. Otherwise, we got another week without Origin stars, and we need a fucking win
When's
if we want
Renault
to play
come back?
finals.
22 or something.
Around
Yeah.
22,
Won't
around
matter if we
23.
don't win a couple of games.
Yeah, that's
but,
right.
Yeah, I just
Well,
think
what's the answers in the halves? Because old mate's done a hammy as well as 16 other cunts.
I'm fucking surprised bloody H hasn't got the call.
Well, I think they're going to. Word on the street is they're going to fly a few blokes in from America and just start a hamstring rehabilitation fucking centre at the NRL because Aussies don't know
Save some money
hammies.
on flights.
Yeah, that's
Apparently
right.
we don't know hammies.
Well, every
We
cunt
don't
goes
get
to
hammies.
America. So send them, fly one ear, a hammy specialist who just loves the string.
The game's too quick.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
quick. Let 'em-
Broncos have that Josh Rogers.
Oh,
He played a
beauty.
couple good games to replace, but that's a third string halfback.
Oh, no.
I've seen some people suggest put Walshy at 5'8", Ezra at half.
He played all right.
and then
He did play all right when he
But
got the
leave
ball.
him as fullback and let him be a good fullback.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Cobbo can play well in fullback, but I feel like Ezra and Walshy is not a good combination for halves. You need a game manager, and they're both pedantic.
Do you know who'd be?
players.
Do you know who'd be really good in that spot?
Who?
Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, what made you think
that
of
is
that?
honestly all that we missed on the weekend
Do you
was
think
just
that-
some direction.
Do you think that Billy Walters could play the role of just managing and having a simple kicking game and
my
sticking to
God.
a structure though? I'm trying to fucking help you here. Like,
No,
as
you're
in-
not.
No, but with who you got? Who else you got?
Josh Rogers.
Yeah, big Rogie.
Okay, Roger.
Man, I am still not sold on young William Walters.
What,
So-
even at hooker?
Oh, just some of the dumb shit.
I wasn't
he
sold on
does.
him until last year, and then I went, okay.
I think he's
you
doing
know
a
you
pretty
do.
good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
When you've
It's
got
hard for
someone
him to
steering
do
the
much
ship,
at the moment.
When you got fuck all in the halves going on
Last
to direct
year
them, it's
was
a bit
just.
hard.
I said this straight, almost immediately after the grand final. I reckon I started saying that was it. That was it.
That was our chance.
Renault's old.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
That was it.
That was it for sure.
Our premiership window is getting smaller.
It's gone. What premiership?
Oh, well,
window?
now they're saying that fucking Broncos are going to aggressively pursue Sam Walker. And that Roosters are
doesn't
nervous.
shock me at all
that
because
doesn't-
fucking-
that actually makes a bit of sense.
It does make sense.
It's
but-
like Renault's going to be going, should we renew him or throw the fucking bag
Well, do you know
at Sam Walker?
Do you know what is
obviously-
looking pretty good though on the Broncos front is Nathan Cleary coming back at a perfect time to just launch into a great final series for Penrith.
done it
mate.
again.
You look at us
We
and
just-
our team. So you're the defending premiers, and we made the grand final last year. Both missing our star halfbacks.
Oh, do you know, I read a conspiracy.
We're 11th or 10th, and you guys are second.
I read a conspiracy theory the other day where this bloke full on had this theory that Penrith fake Nathan Cleary's injuries every year because he's had a big chunk off in the part of the year.
Yeah,
that
but
didn't
one of
really,
them-
But just. He said it, but it didn't really matter. And then he comes back at the perfect time, fresh, and you're like, oh, fuck off, cunt. But
Yeah.
you're like, it actually
If he
has
was legit,
worked out
he's a
like that.
fucking idiot.
It actually has worked out
Yeah.
like that, which is
If
funny.
old mate's legit on his thing, he's an idiot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of them was for a spear tackle.
yeah, yeah.
That was
yeah,
right.
well, he meant it.
And he just loves missing origin.
Roro knife,
Yeah.
go and spear him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just stuck in his honeymoon phase with
But
old
honestly,
Mary.
we've done pretty well without him, and the timing
mate.
of that bloke coming back in, I actually think I don't know how Luai will go when he's not.
He's
He's been phenomenal.
Luai's kicking game one
Oh,
used the game.
mate.
What the? He just kept putting perfect bombs up to fucking Jesse Arthurs, and I'm going, can we do that the same?
And
He
see,
is-
that's where I noticed Schneider. Right, I rate Schneider. I think he's doing a good job, but I could tell the difference between him and Cleary from when he did those kicks that are like halfway, and you need to try and land it in the 10.
Yeah.
I could notice that he kept pulling them up short. Obviously, fucking.
Luai's was just
Yeah, he's fucking good.
at the end of every set, it was just a perfect kick, and we just would get bashed for 5 tackles and then
And then
kick it.
having, like, I'm
Anyway.
spewing Fisher Harris is leaving, man. Because
Yeah.
having Leota and Fisher Harris, that is a great front row combo.
Yeah, you'll get Stefano, though. He's free to negotiate and start looking at other teams. I reckon you'll pick him
I
up.
think who have we got coming next
Isaiah
year?
Papali'i.
That's a good one.
What
Solid.
about Matty Burton off the goalpost for the win again?
He
2 weeks
just
in
loves
a row.
winning games off the goalpost.
2 weeks in a row, just shaves a bit of paint off the the goalpost, and wins the doggies the game. Good on him.
Mate, he's got a good boot.
Yeah.
Doggy's
Great
sitting in
boot.
5th. You go, ooh,
How good's that?
looking good
Oh,
for finals footy.
Fucking prime.
What about the
finding their
Tigs,
form.
boys? I tipped them. I tipped
yeah,
Leichhardt.
me too. They put in a good fight.
You put 28 points on the Storm.
Yeah.
You're thinking we will win that.
Yeah.
Leichhardt, the actual
Yeah,
Leichhardt Oval's going, ooh.
Good game to watch
Might
for the
win.
neutral fan, though.
Far Longo.
Terrible
Very electric.
defense. Yeah, he
Great
is good.
to watch.
He's got a big future.
Where's
ahead
he
of him.
going to play when fucking everyone comes back? He'll have to be gone.
Where was he playing in that game?
He played fullback.
And Pat.
He's
Oh, he
played
played, no,
on
he
the-
played on the wing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
the Sting,
yeah.
but then like when Nick Meaney's back and Xavier
Mate, I
Coates
think
is back,
When
like,
Coates
you
is
start
back,
pushing him.
Munster's back.
How long has
Meany's
he
back.
signed for? Because if I was another club that didn't have a gun future fullback, fuck, you would be putting some eggs in a basket for him.
Yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't you?
He
Nick
is
would
playing
just
well.
put the fucking stonker on and send him one.
Yeah. Well,
So
Nick,
here's
I
son.
wonder what Nick fucking paid Chad. Surely fucking peanuts.
Fuck all.
Paid
A
him-
house in Bondi.
Paid him 5 espressos and 6 massages a week.
Something right on a golf course in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eagles and the Cows played a thriller. That, like I said, that game turned when Ruben Cotter come back onto the field in the second half. He was unbelievable.
Can I just say, Scotty Drinkwater icing that field goal
Yeah,
to
but-
draw it.
Then they give fucking 5 goes, 4 of them to 3 of them to Townsend and 2 of them to Val.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving him a bit of a pat.
After
Little
Scotty
drink
kicked
bit.
that field goal, it was some tough watching for a
They
bit.
didn't even give him another look.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scotty
Why would you not?
Scotty eat rum.
Scotty drinks Bundy.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, didn't get it. Kept giving it to Chad and Valentine. They were spraying them everywhere. And then the Iceman, fucking Ches.
Fuck, he's good.
At that,
He's
he's good.
You can just, you know, those ones you don't stress you. Oh, Ches will just kick one straight here.
Talk about fucking longevity in that, though. Can't they just... That was me. I was scraped me toe on the steel. Can't Can't they just study his hamstrings and shoulders and fucking?
Well, I
whatever
think the
he does?
neck.
Touch
I think
wood.
the neck takes all the.
Oh,
stuff. I think he's
yeah.
All the force
I think his,
and, yeah.
his fucking neck holds like an aura.
Nothing's
It's got a
tight.
mind of its
No.
own. Just
It
controls his body.
His neck just fucking. It's
Big
like the
neck
power.
defying Neil.
Yeah, that's it. Big
That's the
neck.
secret. Just have long necks.
Yeah.
Hey, the Roosters Dragons was a great game until it was a blowout. I think that was definitely an unfair scoreline, to be fair. Because
Roosters have done that a few times.
it was a
this year,
tight
though.
game, and then they just put 4 on them at the
Oi,
end.
is
so.
this not a fucking dream multi looking at it now and why didn't I put it on? Dom Young, Crichton, Tedesco and Tupu. What a fuckhead.
Yeah,
Why
those are
didn't
the
I
ones-
have those scoring?
Crichton
What,
and
just because
Dom
they
Young.
did score?
No, but I mean, if you look at it and who normally scores and who's the bigger names,
Mate,
that
the
normally
last few
cross the
weeks with
line.
Roosters, I go, yeah, I probably would have ended up picking someone similar to that. And
I had
just
Crichton
keep
in a
not
multi
doing
of
it.
mine.
Crichton was shit last week, but he was good this week. And then the Knights.
Yeah.
Good win down in Canberra.
Yep. Gags.
I
crossing
didn't
for
think it
two.
was going to be that close. I thought, hey, Knights are going to go down there. Canberra are really struggling. They're on their fucking third stringer too, aren't they? Like, Weeks is playing fullback now.
Yeah, that's true.
So you had Fogarty come in, Weeks come in, and then I don't know who played halfback for him, but yeah, like
Halfback
they're
was
struggling.
Adam Cook.
Oh, Cookie.
Cookie.
Oh, cooked.
So
Yeah.
they're struggling. They're not going to play finals either. Good for the Knights.
Just quickly before we move on from NRL, I want to talk about like the hamstring injuries and stuff. It might not be in relation to this, but the speed of the game being so quick. I just wanted to talk about playing the ball with your foot. So it's a rule in the game, you have to play the ball with your foot, right? But I've been watching a bit lately and I sat there for a game, I can't remember which one it was, but watched a lot of the play the balls, made a note of it in my own head. And over 50% won't play with the foot. And I'm like, righto, what's going on? Because if it's still a fucking rule in the game, either enforce the rule or fuck it off. And I hope they don't fuck it off. Because
too quick already.
It speeds the game up over a set of 6 so much if they don't play the ball 4 times properly. And it just creates that fucking speed. And it's like, remember they enforced it for a while, blowing penalties and everyone
Yeah.
started playing it with their foot?
Yep.
Fucking do it. Like, make them play the ball because it's fast enough as it is.
It's too fast.
So I just...
It's almost
They're looking at removing the 6 again call because of how
Yeah,
fast
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, it's those little things where you don't have to change anything. Don't change it. Just fucking enforce the rule that's in the
it's
book.
still a rule, yeah.
I wonder, that's been going on for fucking years, man. I remember Petro was the worst for it.
Yeah.
He never used to
Just
fucking
planting and
But I
walking
mean,
out to the ball.
even make them have to, like, even if they kick their foot over the top of it, so like
Yeah.
they're trying to play it. Some blokes, it's just like a game of touch. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, what's going on? Like, fucking, I just want to know, have they just told the refs, don't worry
But
about
they're
that?
inconsistent with it too, because sometimes they pull it up, sometimes they just
Well, I haven't
don't.
seen it pulled up this year.
I want to see some data on that 50%, actually.
I don't even know which game it was. I just remember sitting there and let's be honest, I wasn't just glued for 80 minutes count and play the balls. It was probably
A tally
it was
sheet.
probably a 10-minute period where I thought about it before I got fucking flustered and something else. But just noticed how many didn't play the ball with their foot.
Yeah.
And I just went, that's a lot for a rule that says you have to play it with your foot.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I just sort of want to know where they're at with it. If they're subconsciously going, yeah, just let that slide so the game's faster.
Yeah.
If it's like that, well, you have to do something with the rule, man, because we're literally just watching rules get broken, and the ref's job is to pull up rules get broken.
Yeah, but then you'll go and other rules just get absolutely hounded. Like as soon as you make contact with the head or whatever. It can
I
be
just mean
dog shit.
make it an attempt to play it with the foot. If they don't even make an attempt, penalty.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
I don't know. It's just one that I've noticed a bit, and I've fucking seen a fair bit, and just thought, what the fuck's going on with that?
Yep.
So that was the only thing that I wanted to sort of talk about.
Well, hopefully that fucking gets a bit of traction, mate.
Oh, mate, bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up. I want to know.
I
need
know.
answers.
I want to know.
There's gotta be an investigation.
I need an email response within 7 days.
Someone's got to be held accountable.
So, yeah. It's got to be an investigation over
You,
this.
Jace, you went to pretty much all these games on the weekend in the
Two
AFL,
of them,
so
yep.
take it away, mate. The
Right.
Essendon might not be pretenders.
Yeah, well, that game was a bit eye-opening and I went, ooh, didn't know what to think of it because, so Friday night at the G, Collingwood, Essendon, clash, 82,000 there. So I popped me MCG cherry as well, which was a fucking unreal experience to be at that game. But
Nice.
Good
first
route.
quarter, well, great route. Collingwood out the gates. I thought, here we go. That confirms Essendon are pretenders. But second and third quarter, they just put the fucking foot down, and Collingwood just looked really sloppy. They had a lot of sloppy moments, and Essendon just capitalised on their chances. And typical Collingwood, leave it late to sort of come home, but left it too late, ended up losing by a couple goals.
How do they do that though every week?
I don't
It's
know.
Fucking outrageous.
Mate, I thought the same thing when I saw all the two-tooth fans walking out the stadium with 5-10 minutes left. I went, what the
True.
fuck are you doing? I was like, do you know who you support? I was
Surely
like,
history should tell them they should
yeah,
stay.
I was like, maybe just
Oh, he's
stay
up,
because you
golf
don't
guy.
know what. Yeah, why would you ever leave anything early?
I'm thinking, fucking hell.
I've never done
There's
that
the
before.
nutsack calling the arsehole Harry.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, but he was fucking
Yeah, I was
15
just-
goals down.
Yeah, I was losing by 100. I had no
Yeah,
chance,
fair.
and I don't have a good record of coming back either. But yeah, I think Essendon. It's so tough at the moment because from 3rd to fucking 12th, it's going to start taking shape because they're all starting to verse each other.
Yeah.
But it is tough to see if Essendon, they can knock off Collingwood, but are Collingwood in a rut? Are Essendon playing good? Who fucking knows? It's such a hard season to
You can only
read at
beat
the
what's in
moment.
front of you, and they did that this week. So
Yeah, but like
Good on
huge to
them.
get it done in that sort of setting as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That is as close as you're going to get to finals
Yeah.
in a regular season game as
Yep.
you can.
I cannot tip Port to save myself.
Mate,
Going for a
Just
quick piss.
Either.
Yeah,
We're
mate.
Talking awful.
Cannot get to Port at all.
yeah, I tipped the
They
dogs.
lost.
Yeah, wouldn't be growing too much. Give us the angry crow.
Thanks. The doggies weren't very good at all.
No,
But
first quarter, absolute piling on.
Yeah.
And I just went,
Just one of
why
those-
did I tip the dogs?
one of those momentums where you just don't stop it until
Yeah.
it fucking you change ends.
Is the Adelaide Oval a fortress again?
No,
Who knows?
no,
I tipped against
no.
it, saying it wasn't, and then they go and get the win. Two
But-
on the trot. I thought the carry on for the win against St Kilda. I thought,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
that's fucking St Kilda. They're shit, but
Turns out they're not.
result, yeah, another result proves otherwise.
North kept the Gold Coast winless interstate for
The
a little bit
hoodoo
longer.
continues.
What the fuck? Dimmer pretty much wrote himself into Reggie's folklore though with his
What did he
with his
say?
press conference. Didn't you see it?
No.
So he's there and he's giving him a bit of a bath, going
As
"Look,"
you should.
He said, "Oh, take nothing away from North. They were great today, but." You know, there's a history of this happening. We can go out and beat Collingwood last week, and then we come in and turn out a performance like that. We need to grow the fuck up as a club. If I'm perfectly honest, so,
Wow.
pardon the language, but I'm angry.
As you're allowed to be. You'd want a bloke like that. Coming from him, though,
Oh, that's perfect. I
that's
reckon.
right. Like a premiership coach, 3-time premiership coach, he's going to bring the best out of those players.
Yeah.
You need to hear that. Sometimes you need some fucking hard truths, and
It
not
was
winning
good.
on the road since last year.
It was
is a
just
hard
good
truth.
to see a bloody coach
Say it how
actually
it is.
Say it how it is.
Yeah, no
instead of just
dance
go
around
in
it.
there, do the formalities, not
Yeah,
really
that's
say
right.
what he wants to.
Credit to North, but yeah, just weren't good enough tonight.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
just
we need to
fucking
work on this.
Need to grow the fuck
We
up.
need to grow the fuck up.
Yeah. What do we lose by, boys? Go and fuck yourself, fellas.
This
I bring the solo.
this was one of the great games of momentum swings I've fucking ever seen, I reckon. GWS were down by 39 points.
You've missed a game, mate.
No, I haven't. One of the great momentum swings.
Yeah, Gripes. Yeah.
GWS down by 39 points at the end of the first quarter, or like early in the second, I think. Or might have been the first. Only to go up by pretty much the same margin a quarter later. They kicked
mate. Yep.
they kicked 14 of the next 16 goals and were up by like fucking 40 points.
It was momentum ping pong.
And then Carlton come back, only went down by what, 10?
Yeah.
12 points
12
or something?
points, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah,
What
wow.
a cracker of a game.
112 to 100
That would've been
something,
fun
I
to
think.
watch.
Carlton go kick the last 5 after
Yeah.
Fun to watch
GWS
as a neutral, for sure.
GWS kicked 14 of 16.
That's
after
Pedro's team,
Carlton
isn't it,
kicked
Carlton?
6 straight.
He
Pedro's
wouldn't have been
team,
too
116, 104.
I texted him on Saturday night and said, "Are you okay?"
Well, my oldest brother, Jaden, he's a Carlton fan as well. And we were on the train back from Geelong after
Yeah.
that game. And he was fairly quiet. But he was kind of set on the fact, and I don't know if this is a lot of Carlton fans, but set on the fact that, oh, well, we've got a game in hand. So,
Yeah.
you're going to drop games in this sort of time. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
That they're still in second place, and Swans losing definitely helped them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Obviously, they could have capitalised a bit more on Sydney
100%
losing.
they could have been within a game, but
especially after you start so hot.
yeah. I thought, wow, doing that away, that's huge. And then GW said, no. And then Carlton said, no. And there was just ping pong.
It was fucking unreal. I couldn't believe it. I kept going in to check the score going, holy fuck.
High scoring game as well for two good teams.
Big Freo just dealt with Richmond.
Mate, so are we actually not going to talk about Cats beating the Hawks?
I haven't got the cunt on there, no.
Oh, well, I do.
Oh,
and it was just pure domination.
Can I just say that it was piss week?
Okay.
Piss week to not back your team in by more than 10.5 when they're in the top 4 and you're playing a bunch of kids.
Not top
Right,
four.
so if you put a carton on with your mate and you have two teams, it's
By the
not
way,
line.
Well, you just won't bet then if you got a shit team.
If I was putting a,
Will you?
if you
Well, I
piece
think
it
I
up a
have in the
multi
past,
maybe,
actually, and
but
had to
just
deliver carton.
heads to heads.
That was silly.
So you've literally had a pub and like, hey, fucking bet you we beat you this weekend. Yeah, mate, carton on it. Yeah, by fucking what? Minus 11.5?
So here's
There's context
in that,
if
that's
I'm
A grade.
if I'm supporting North and I'm playing fucking Carlton,
Yeah,
I'll
North
go,
and Carlton.
Let's
Put
have
your
a,
sword on the table.
I'll go, let's have a carton, but you got to give us a bit of a start. Come on.
Yeah, North and Carlton, not Geelong and Hawks,
That's A grade,
which were
I
a
reckon.
win apart prior
Nah.
to last weekend.
Anyway,
And
it was piss week, so
an
keep
absolute
going.
Old rivalry.
It was a very big rivalry.
Big rivalry. Yeah, but we just wiped the poos and wees. Led the whole game.
So you
That
should've.
crowd was unreal. That was my first time at Cardinia Park as well, and I've been fucking waiting to do that my whole life. And that was an unreal experience. That first quarter when we had some inaccurate kicking to start. We had a few set shots, Jeremy Cameron, Stengel, they were all missing them for behinds. But as soon as we got a few rolls of goals there, it was fucking unreal. I thought the roof was going to rip off Cardinia.
Just
And
took
those
the pull
two,
up clean off them.
yeah, that's right. And those two
As
haven't-
they should have.
Shitting and pissing everywhere there.
yeah. And those two hadn't played each other.
Which is what they should have done.
At Cardinia since 2006.
No, I know.
Because usually it's an MCG game. They get such a big crowd. They've been
stats guy.
contenders
So
for
he's got
ages.
kissed on the dick as usual.
Mate, we play yous at fucking MCG
Grover
every
just
Easter.
Working into moving on here.
Well, it
He's
should have been
tried
at the
4
G.
times.
But anyway, it's all good.
Oh, well, mate, you can sit down in 13th and just
which is
piss
where
your top 8
which is
hopes
where we
goodbye.
should be because we're a bunch of kids just learning. So yeah, we'll be right next year.
That was great.
Yeah,
Glad I was back
Freo
for
just dealt with Richmond, but the Tigs did get off to a bit of a flyer.
They did. It was a close first quarter.
Looked like not long, but it was long.
I thought this should be the most Freo thing ever, is beating Sydney in Sydney and then losing to Richmond at home. But,
I did think the
they
same
pumped them.
thing. Richmond are now last. North have jumped above them,
That's huge.
which is huge for the
Both
big
on
North.
2 wins.
Yeah.
Geez, the percentages are rough. 62% for
So
Richmond.
Richmond went to Freo and were dealt with, and then West Coast had to go to Melbourne and were just dealt with. So a couple of longs either way, and each way long. And then did anyone tip St Kilda to beat Sydney by any chance?
You did, mate.
2 losses on the trot. How often do you see it? You win 10 in a row, you lose 1, you lose 2. I was just
How
happy.
often does
mate.
that happen, Jace?
1 in every 3.5 years.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Just made that up.
Yeah. So huge for the Saints. Where are they sitting?
Oh,
Are they
they're
in the
still
hunt?
like, I wouldn't say they're in the hunt, no, because they're still 2 wins off Hawthorn at 13.
Oh, so they're fucked.
They're
Yeah.
fucked. But like, if you can beat Sydney, you can definitely go on a roll.
That's just good how close the comp is.
I have.
again.
Can you remember a time that has been this close? Like we talked about from 3rd, and now it's 2nd all the way to fucking 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
But then when the top, like first place, who have seemed unbeatable this year, bar that one Richmond game,
Yeah.
have been knocked off 2 games in a row against teams they should have actually.
So they've
beat.
lost 2 games, and it was to Richmond and St Kilda.
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, they've lost 3. They've lost Richmond, St Kilda, and Freo.
Oh yeah, they lost last week as well.
And when you
sorry.
look at that, you go,
Wow.
that doesn't make sense because
Yeah.
they've beaten all the top 8 teams. But
Well,
this is fucking going to shape up to be one of the most entertaining. Like whoever's in the finals will deserve to.
anyone
be there.
can win.
Anyone
That'll
can
be
win.
literally,
That's
and
exciting.
anyone can win. Like 8th can beat 1st,
Especially because
so-
we've had like look back at like early memories and the Geelong dynasties, Hawthorn dynasties, Richmond dynasties. Finally, it feels like there is just even keel in the
Yeah.
AFL, and it's good to see.
I still think you're going to have to finish in the top 4, like to win.
Yeah,
The comp.
for sure, man.
Just from
for
having a
sure.
second chance.
Yeah.
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 Well, that does
And
help.
the
when
home
you're
game.
playing hard
Finals,
to
yeah,
beat
if you
everyone.
Not having to travel.
Yeah.
Because
They don't have to
fifth-
go, "Oh."
Like,
Fifth to
imagine-
eighth aren't Melbourne teams. Like Geelong, regardless if we get a final, we're going to play at the MCG. But Port will be Adelaide Oval, Lions Gabbard,
Yeah.
GWS in Sydney. So like, if you don't get a home game for the finals or a second chance, you're in big fucking trouble.
Well, mate, if Freo finish 7th or 8th, they are fucked
100%.
because they'll have to travel every week if they want to
Even
make
third
it.
right now, they're fucked. If they've got to go over Carl, if it
No,
finished,
but they get this
they'd still get it. Yeah,
the
if they
next
lost,
week if
they'd
they
still
lost.
get one. But yeah,
And if they won, they'd get a home.
they either
prelim.
need home or a fucking second chance.
7th or 8th, and they've got to travel every week. So they definitely need to finish in that top 6.
For sure.
Brisbane and Adelaide was a good game. Lions just a little bit too good.
5 on the trot, is that?
The nest is building, but
Yeah.
Just-
Have you seen me lose faith?
is that
Well, you
fucked.
can't make
you
the
can
8.
Possibly make the 8, but
Mathematically,
next
probably
year
could,
maybe.
Yeah, we just
Now
fucking
you just play for the jersey
Yeah,
play for the nest.
fucking
or
oath.
tank for some draft picks.
Play
Either
for the
one.
nest.
stop fucking shitting in the nest.
Play for the nest.
Play
Huge
for the
for
nest,
Lions
building
that
the
just-
nest for next year.
Over like just a month ago, everyone was like, nah, reeled them out, and
I'm
now
still
they've
real-
crept
I'm
into the fucking 8 with
I'm
a
still writing them off.
fucking great percentage
Yeah,
too.
well, the
They got
girls are starting to
120%.
forget the trauma they went through.
Yeah, they let off on the boys.
Yeah, like now they've taken them for some nice dinners and they got them some nice big shiny rings and flowers and shit and fucking lick their hoop.
Or they've
And
just
now-
left them.
And now
They've left
they're
them.
starting to forget a bit of stuff and the boys are back playing
Lick
again.
their
And then the boys are just being unchained from the doghouse and they're getting back let inside in the warmth and they're starting to play well. And that's how it
You
works.
actually spot on too, because most of the blokes that have been playing shit footy this year were on that Vegas trip.
Yeah, yeah.
And now they're like, oh, they're actually back in good
Mate,
form.
time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
That's
It
why.
doesn't make it okay. What the fuck?
That
they
was
do.
a
Hey,
big
I'm
wound.
fucking not saying it is. I'm just saying I can read between the lines.
The Lions.
And this is what's going
Yeah.
on. The girls are starting
doesn't
to be
take a
like, oh, well,
psychologist to look at
I'm
that
not
one.
going to find another bloke with this much money. I'll let him go.
Or they love him,
Or they might love him, even though he fucks other girls.
which we still don't know is true.
Yeah, oh, well, this is all allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we
that's right.
had to look at them and think of what's happened this year and why they're playing good, this would be
All
why.
I can think of a reason why they might now be going well after a certain amount of time. After
If allegedly
the incident.
is
Is
what
the
happens.
doghouse is shut?
That's right. They've been
Yeah.
unclipped. And
They're
that's
back
all
in
I'm
the
thinking.
bed.
Right. Beautiful. Love how Lions work. The F1, mate, last night.
You know, after hearing the video that he sent through, your impression isn't far off.
It's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
It was a fucking great race. Lewis Hamilton won for the 9th time at Silverstone. First
That's
win.
in England too, isn't it?
Yep.
There you
First
go.
win since 2001. He's moving teams next year. He's going from Mercedes to Ferrari. So it was this big fucking thing. It's his home track. Last home track
It's
race.
his first win since 2001.
2021, sorry.
Oh, I was going to
Did
say,
I say
holy
one?
yeah, I was going to say, holy fuck, he's been racing a while.
2021. 940 days or something it was that he last won. Unreal. They nailed their fucking strategy. McLaren sort of fucked theirs up at the end. Verstappen was hooning at the end, and if there was probably 2-3 more laps, Lewis was in big shit because he had the soft tyres on, which were pretty much exhausted. They were at the end
Soft
of
as
their
a
life.
prejudiced turd, some might say.
Verstappen had the hards on, so he was just warming his up, and I was like, oh, surely not. Good on him. Awesome. He was all emotional. Last race in the UK for Mercedes, which is obviously Mercedes has been such a big part of his career, so
Yeah.
awesome to see. Verstappen finished second. Lando Norris finished third. Sergio Perez is hopeless and finished fucking 19th or something for Red Bull.
On your Sergi.
That poor cunt, eh? He's signed the new deal and he just watches his teammate either win or fucking run second, and he just finishes down the arse end.
It was not
Most
like,
weeks.
who was it? Nico Rosberg? Was he the one that was with Lewis Hamilton
Yeah.
at Mercedes? And how he was always contending. I remember seeing he would always be up there, but Lewis was too good. Looks like Verstappen is just killing it.
Yeah.
And
But they're
Sergio's not in his shadow.
It's
He's
the
down
same
the
car.
bottom.
Oh, I've got
Yeah.
a genuine question
It's the
about racing, right? This is serious. Why don't the teams who have shitter cars than the teams who have good ones look what they have
Coin.
and really at
It's
that
money.
level it's money.
Yeah.
They can't get some rich fucker
Oh,
to invest
Well, it's the
in.
actual
I just think it's
engine
just
of car as well.
insane that I'm just like the car is better.
it's so much money, man.
Because
honestly.
isn't Red Bull Aston Martin? Is that who their like manufacturer is? Like
The
Red Bull.
engine?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because like Red Bull's not an engine. There's not just a fucking
No,
Red
No,
Bull
that
in
just
there,
it
yeah.
just blows me away that the person in the seat isn't the factor that wins the race. It's sometimes the car's better. That just fucking blows me away.
Yeah. There'd be, imagine how little the margins are, though.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking for over
Milliseconds.
50-something laps. You're
Yeah.
looking for half a second every lap.
Yeah.
And that's going to equate to 25 seconds, which is a lot at the end. But you're looking for half a second every lap.
Yeah, well, look for the car.
So much fucking money has to
well,
go
fucking
into that.
look and make it better. Like, I know it's some people are going, you're a dumb fuck, you have no idea, which I don't, but just from an outsider of the sport,
Yeah.
I
Someone
just
give
go,
you
what
an
the
explanation.
fuck?
Give us an explanation why.
But I said this last night. I said, I can see why a lot of people can't get around it. But if you can look past the fact that it's not just a fucking race, which is what people like. They like a fucking even race and whatever.
Yeah.
But if you look past the whole race thing and you look at the strategy and everything that goes
Yeah.
into the whole
Oh,
thing,
mate, for
it
sure.
is unreal to fucking see what
I'd
happens.
say it's a lot more entertaining than NASCAR.
You can see why a lot of people get into it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you got to look past. It's not a fucking 100-meter sprint race at the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, strategy and stuff involved with
Yeah.
the decisions they have to make, which will affect you later on and
Yeah.
all that sort of shit. And stopping for like changing tyres and making the call not to change tyres to risk it sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's
and
what's ended up
fuel
fucking
and-
Lando Norris. So it rained, which
Yep.
always makes it interesting when it rains halfway
Yeah,
through.
liquid horsepower.
It was literally like, there's a band of rain coming, it'll last 10 minutes. And that's like, everyone's
What do we
in
do?
panic mode.
Like ants.
So everyone went in and changed to the intermediate tyres because they got the more grip.
Yeah.
So not the full wets, but the intermediates.
And he went, nah.
And everyone, no, they all did it, and they were all on the intermediates, and then the rain passed, and pretty well everybody come in, except for the leader, Lando Norris. He stayed out for that extra lap, and because the track dried out, he was too slow on the wets.
Yeah, right.
On the intermediates. So he's done the extra lap and pushed and pushed and pushed, went into the pits, and then everyone that went in the lap earlier, their out lap was quicker than his in
Yeah,
lap.
so they made ground.
So they made ground by like 2 seconds, and that was enough.
Yeah, right. See, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
that sort of shit is cool.
And then they
you
put
can
him-
see why there's strategy and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just fucking a bit
Not
of
just
luck
fast
as
cars.
well.
Slow
Yeah,
car.
but so is every sport.
Yeah.
There's a bit of luck.
There's a lot
Luck's
of luck
in
that
everything.
would go into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it was awesome to see old Lewis. They were the fastest
Wind back the
cars
clock.
too. They both qualified first and second, both the Mercedes cars.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got the win.
Yeah, good shit.
What about, boys, we've been following this, the hot dog, Nathan's hot dog eating 4th of July contest in America. Our man Webby didn't win. Patrick Bertoletti gobbled up 58 dogs to win his
Holy.
first men's title. Webby got 40 odd down, never
What
really in the
time frame?
battle.
That's all right.
10 minutes.
On your Webby for giving it a
10
go.
minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, good on you, Weber.
On your Webby.
Yeah. Of course, we know that Joey Jaws Chestnut
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to compete.
Yeah, hitting the vegan
He's
snags.
won fucking 16 out of the last 17 contests.
Mm.
Did not compete over the sponsorship carry-on. But what he did do was he competed later that day against a couple of US bloody soldiers. 4 of them, I think. And he hoofed down 57 in 5 minutes.
Just to be like, oh, you're not
Wow.
really the
Just
best.
to go, look, you're not really the
This
best.
is what I
you're
can
not.
do in half the time.
You're not at
cunt.
all.
I can gobble more than you.
I can fucking swallow more
But
snag than you,
in
mate.
saying that,
Vegan snag.
he's done his 57 in 5. Old mate's done his 58 and 10. But Joey wasn't in front in the furnace. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
in front of the fucking
He didn't
fans.
have
Match
anything to-
conditions.
He
yeah.
wasn't in, you know what
They
I'm
didn't have
saying?
the pressure on him
That's right.
to gobble snag.
Yeah. Let's put the tips in. Enough hot dog eating. September 2, though, we'll go watch Chestnut v Kobayashi. You know what? I don't think we will. Are we going to put the tips in?
Ah, fuck the tips.
Mate, I don't even have an option
Yeah,
because
team
it's
lists.
teamless. So.
No
We've given
team
you
list.
enough. Is that not enough?
There's no tips.
Oh, here we go.
We got to fucking. We need some team lists because we're so good at tipping.
If you really care how much we're tipping, you can see on the app
surely.
what we've tipped for the week.
Yeah. Right. We're going to finish off with a bit of love, boys. Bit of love for the sponsors.
Bit of belly rubbing.
The Standard Squeeze. They were our very, very, very first sponsor, weren't
Yep,
they?
they were.
Unreal. He reached out to us, wanted to support us. We wanted to support him. I think we've done a great job as a team.
Oh,
There's heaps of fucking 4-in-1s. There's your actual Standard Squeeze bottles. There's plenty of merch out there. They've bought out those hydrates, all the water bottles and that. Unreal. 2019 they started as a company.
great.
Wow.
Just to enforce it a bit more, how much they love us in our community. A bloke put a picture up of the full range he bought at the end of financial year sales. Put in the code and he got more of a discount.
That's right.
Are you fucking
I
kidding?
did see that.
That
We said
is-
don't bother
we've
because
let
you
them
might
down the
not-
garden.
We've
Yeah.
just assumed that
Yeah.
that would be madness on behalf of a company. But
They're
no,
just
no.
giving you shit for free.
So that's what they're like as a fucking
Our
company.
code still worked.
Yeah.
So apologies if you didn't put it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2019, 5 years ago, and I bet you that feels like yesterday because it's just been on. Wayno and Ash. Wayno's a fucking Reggie name if ever I heard one. They were both spirit drinkers, always running into the issue, having to take the glass with them everywhere. So rather than just cop it like the rest of us would have, we just would have said, oh, this is fucking annoying. They've created the Standard Squeeze, and the rest is history, boys. They've busted into the US market. They're huge here in Australia. I think you can get it at over 200 places now, which is just unreal. And they're huge among the Reggies community. It's people like these hard Aussie battlers just like us that make our show possible. So Wayno, Ash, Carly and Kay, on behalf of Jason, Tommy and myself, we're cheering for you for making the Reggies possible.
Fucking oath.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Squeeze team.
Should we give a squeeze to someone? Off
I
the back
reckon
of?
just quickly, if you happen to see a glimpse of the highlights of Darren Till's fight in the boxing, he fought a bloke that copped a little rabbit punch at the back of the head and absolutely carried on. The
Stayed
fight got
down.
called off and then wanted to blue him after.
Yeah.
Fucking absolute squeeze of the week for sure. If I ever fight again, I fucking hope I don't do anything like that. So that
You won't,
was
mate.
that was a joke. But anyway, I think that's just an easy one.
Yeah. Or Sean Russell for that just fucking
Was he on the wing?
coach killer. No, he was playing centre.
But he was on the wing. So you can take the bloke
He
off
has
the wing, but
been
you
a
can't
winger.
take
He
the
has
wing off
been,
the
yeah.
bloke.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
That's
was
it just seeping through him.
It was mind blowing. While we're on the sponsor suck off, let's suck Blue Bet too.
Yeah.
Give him some
Well,
suckins.
they deserve the suck. They've been with us since episode 6. I went back,
Yep.
had a look. So their 100th episode's coming up later on this year.
Yep.
Very soon, actually. Could not do it without them. The battling
Mate.
wagering partner with their little tiny percentage of the betting market in their corner.
Yep.
While all these other big companies get all the business go through them, not us Reggies. We will stick together. And if
Fucking
you
oath.
aren't betting with Blue Bet as of right now, you're going to wish you were soon. I'll just say that. So Hummer, the team at Bluey,
Yep.
Cheers.
Fucking oath.
Big
Thank you.
cheers to you.
They've been massive for us, eh? And I'll tell you what, it makes a big difference when you're talking to people that you're working with in a relationship like that when it's professional, even though it doesn't seem like it is here. There's still a lot goes on behind the scenes and being able to talk to someone like Hummer from Blue Bet, who's just like one of us as well with
That's
a fucking
right.
business mind too, it makes it a lot fucking easier than dealing with some bean count
On the same
Dexter.
wavelength.
That's
Yeah,
right. He's
pretty
a
well
fucking
everything.
legend, and they are over
Well,
there.
fuck
so
me. There
it's
was
been
betting
great.
markets on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That says
name-
everything.
Exactly.
that is balls to the wall, that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What about one more?
Oh, mate, the fucking man behind the scenes at CTC. I'll put on the fucking stonker, actually. Put on the stonker. Because this bloke supported us from fucking right at the very start of this thing as well. The knuckler. The fucking knuckler.
Fuck, you
this
look
bloke
good.
gets behind us, gets
My head's
behind the
getting
whole
bigger.
lot of us that are doing this thing. He's a great mate of ours. And look, CTC is just brilliant. You don't go anywhere in the country without seeing one of these on someone's dome, and he fucking deserves all the success he's got. So does CTC. He's a battler like we are, and fucking couldn't be prouder to be working with him on the show.
Yes.
So fucking
Oath, on your
knuckles and CTC. It's been fucking brilliant. Head over to the country companies to cop one of his hats, including the stonker. So
Can you customise the stonker?
I'm not sure.
Because
I don't know that
question.
either.
That is a good question.
Huge.
Great question.
Literally.
All I think, boys, is imagine, right, we've got all the Reggies together, and this doesn't have to be the Reggies, just a group of blokes on a pub crawl, and you all have a stonker on. It'd be the funniest fucking day. Imagine, oh, mate, blind, and he's got the stonker. Just a normal, boring old cunt that is there because he's old mate's dad's brother's fucking something, and he's there for the weekend. Put a stonker on him, he's a funny cunt.
Mate,
You know
imagine
when-
late at night trying to get into the nightclub and look in the ID and look up and it's just...
You know when
Stonk.
it gets to that part of the weekend or the night where everything is hilarious.
It's when you get back to the room and you kick on. That's
Yeah.
when the stonkers come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
just, mate.
Someone walks out the pisser
And
with
no
a
one
stonk.
else, and no one else would do this apart from
that's
Knuckles.
right.
He went, "Oh, that'd be funny. I'm doing it."
Yeah.
And it's
now-
probably going to be a genius business idea.
And now it's taken the internet by storm.
Yeah, exactly.
These fucking hats are so crazy that they go viral online, and people see CTC on the front. He's
Yeah.
a smart fucking man.
Yeah, you're not dumb.
Nah, no dum dum. So shout out to them,
Yeah, fucking oath. Do we have a skip?
mate. I just think the Reggies as a whole.
That's
as
a great
captain
shout.
last
Reggie's
week,
community.
Just after 100 episodes, the people that are behind us and backing us, I just think this whole thing from the start to the finish
Fucking oath.
is,
That's a beauty.
is unreal.
Beautiful shout.
Love that. We mentioned him before, but the man over there,
The
Quino.
chin.
thanks,
Twin the chin, baby.
the producer.
Yep.
We've got a red producer and we've got an actual producer.
Fucking oath.
So thanks, Quino, mate, for the 100 episodes.
Legend.
Couldn't do it without you.
Always a pleasure. Never
Literally, Groper and I, the first time, do you remember the first time we recorded without Quino here?
What a nightmare.
We thought that the whole episode was gone.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
The
But,
date was just wrong on the
yeah,
roadcaster.
we definitely struggle. It's a
Yeah,
lot
we
easier
did.
when he's here.
It's better now. I've done it a few times.
That's right.
Because I'm the only one who's been here for the 100.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
What about
mate.
Gilly? Give
Oh,
Gilly a
mate.
pat. He's
Mate.
doing fucking unreal job on the clips.
doing
Fuck, he's
wonderful
killing
things.
Wonderful things for us. Barbs.
Oh, Barb's been
thanks for
involved since the start. BT does
BT
all of our
does all our
massive.
editing. He's massive.
He is a fucking massive part
He
of the show.
somehow gets rid of echoes when there's clear echo. Not now, but there
Yeah,
was. And he just somehow whizzes them out
Mate,
of there.
he's a fucking legend of a bloke too.
Yep.
Most of the people we deal with, funny enough, are good people
Yeah.
because we don't like shit cunts.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, Barbs, he's been with us pretty well from
Yeah.
the beginning, giving us tips, giving us banter.
Lip.
We've met a couple of his mates too.
Yeah, that's
fucking
right.
Barry and whatever that other cunt's name was.
Yeah, that red-headed bloke.
Yeah, red-headed bloke. Button, he's on board now. He's
Yeah.
fucking good to have TBR. The old
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
Mate, the old
How good's the old boys?
They've
for
been
me,
here from the very
so
first.
this is a big thing. Just knowing my old man, right? He's in the field that I'm in now, doing it as a job full time. It's been a big thing for him to even really understand what it is. Let alone I'm doing it all the time and seeing how it's unfolded and everything like that. For me, it's so special that he isn't with this world at all, but he commits every week to being a part of this thing, and he's really starting to enjoy it now. The fact that we've got our old boys involved
Yeah,
with something
that's
like
right.
this, and now it's like this banter thing, and they're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, it makes me so fucking happy, man, to involve
Fucking
our
oath. Be
dads.
proud
and
of
just
it as
shit.
well.
It's sick, and I can't wait to start doing shit like with this racehorse together. All the
Yeah.
old boys have got to share,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
you know, and even starting to take them away on some trips that we get to do because of the legends that support the show. It's just such a fucking cool
When
thing.
you get to say that you have a punt against your dad every week on your show, that's pretty fucking cool to be able to say that.
fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to those lads, the old boys who fucking
Turning up every week.
Yeah.
every week.
And I haven't forgotten anyone. I know I've got to get one more, but I haven't forgotten anyone. You don't reckon?
I don't think so.
If we have, we
Who?
Sarge.
Oh, yeah,
Sarge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
video guy.
Yeah, video guy.
He's fucking killing it
Nailed
as well.
Yeah,
vlog.
he loves it. Nailed the vlog. Sold our horse in 4 minutes or whatever it was. Well done, Sarge.
Good on you, mate.
I wonder if he got a share, actually.
Don't know.
Haven't asked. The last is obviously every single person that listens. The obvious one. Everyone who tunes in every Wednesday morning, every Friday morning. obviously couldn't get to the bloody 100 without you. So thanks very much, and I cannot wait to get to 200.
Fucking
with
oath,
you
man.
all.
It's only just starting. This is the exciting part where we've got past the stage where you're trying to figure out what the show looks like and what you do. Now we just come in and it just makes sense. It feels fucking good.
Yeah.
Obviously, things like the Speakpipe and other things that you want to create and make better and do things, that'll happen because you obviously want to grow and improve. But I mean, the foundation's there.
That's
the
right.
boys are there. We have a mad
We've
time
built a
doing it.
community.
Yeah.
We've got a platform.
We've
to work
definitely got
off.
the foundation there.
And it's fucking exciting, boys. And it's been an honour to be here with you since
You
the
look back
start.
at the first episode and now, and then I think about no idea what it's going to look like at 200, but fuck, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Bigger and better.
And honestly, like about to have our own space to ourselves. We built to the point where, you know, we've got all our own gear now, and we're about to have our own space that we can turn into a Reggie's den. Like, as in
It'll
have a
literally
pool
be.
table, have a fucking area to watch sports, have 3 TVs on a Saturday so you can watch fucking racing, NRL, AFL.
Yeah.
Like, just that's what it's all about. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Can't
Fucking
wait.
stop it.
Keen.
So
Cannot
thank you
wait.
to everyone.
We'll see you again, or you'll hear from us again Friday morning for the Punch Show. Fucking rip in.
Fuck
All
yeah.
right.